evening, everybody, and welcome back to RSC EU. We're here for the first stream of the final week of League Play, and what a week it is going to be. We start in the Challenger tier between Eclipse and Komodos, a game that could decide who gets into the playoffs, who gets into the play-ins, and most importantly, potentially put Komodos all but out of the competition. I'm Tom Dillon. Alongside me is Big Cheps, and welcome along, Cheps, to the stream. First of all, I always mention this, but your name is fantastic, and I always struggle to say it with a straight face. But anyway, looks like it's going to be a very interesting game, and I always love this time of League Play. I know we haven't been quite as consistent. I haven't been quite as consistent, I should say, on the streams as in previous seasons. But this time of season, you always get that bit of excitement going on.
Yeah, definitely. Getting to the last week of League Play now. It's all stations go in every tier. Every team is trying to make it into that playoffs play-in spot. And most of all is this Komodos team. They are currently in 7th, and only a couple wins away from that elusive 6th spot, that play-in spot. Only 2 wins behind Crusaders, who actually got a little boost up into their spot from a sad forfeit against my own team where they got their 4-0 win. But enough about that, we'll move on. But Eclipse on the other side of the table, they are in 4th. Sadly, I think just that tiny bit too far away from those top 3. They're 4 games behind, so a sweep could put them in those spots. But nonetheless, both teams fighting for something in this series ahead of us.
Absolutely, and it's pretty much a case of Komodos needing a sweep in order to help their chances. I say needing a sweep, I think just needing a victory here really to help their chances. Eclipse after just that 2-2 pretty much, and they'll be all but into the next phase of the competition. Obviously getting into playoffs is a different question, but in terms of actually just securing play-ins and securing at least some kind of run into those knockout stages, that will give them the perfect chance. We have got player stats up on the screen. You can see who's been leading the lines, playing 64 of 64 games. A player that I am keeping an eye on throughout the course of this game is Bits for Eclipse. 64 games, 74 goals from them. Always look for those players with a positive goal game ratio, usually the ones that are helping out those teams throughout the game. But Chebs, anyone on the Komodo side that you're keeping an eye
on? There's always people we keep an eye on. Cynics, obviously, is the captain, has been on the team since the start, I believe. Maybe picked up a little bit later on. There's also Zax, who was a mid-season pickup. Hasn't been the number 1 player for them, obviously with their 43% win rate. But definitely someone to keep an eye on. I believe playing today is Jason Carmi, Zax, and Cynics. So the player that's played the most games in Liam HM is not going to be featured in this game today. But the one person that I want to keep a close eye on is GC Exile. He was a very, very late pickup here for Eclipse. He's only played 8 games so far. But in those 8 games, he scored 9 goals, got 13 saves, and a 63% win rate. So definitely someone to keep an eye on in this series.
Yeah, absolutely, and well, we can have a little bit of a chat about our predictions for this game. Putting oh, there you go. We've gone to the cinematic anyway. Okay, we'll go predictions anyway, just without the fancy graphic. But yeah, I have to say myself, I'm going here and backing Eclipse. I think 3-1. They'll be pretty happy with that. This game can be used to sort of secure that chance for them. So hopefully they get that chance, and I don't rate Komodo's chances here, but I think they'll get something out of it.
I'm going to go even more extreme. I'm going to go for the 4-0 sweep for Eclipse. I think they're playing their strongest roster against Alpha Surge's slightly less strong roster. So I think 4-0 is kind of how this game will go. But yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to get going here into game 1. Whenever players are ready, we will get this game underway. Yeah, I think it's all on Eclipse's shoulders to kind of close out a win in this game. I think they're the ones that should be winning this one, especially against a slightly weaker roster from Alpha Surge. But nonetheless, we will see as GC Exile and Cynics get us underway.
Into the centre it goes. A chance straight away, but cleared away by Kami here. Out to the left-hand side instead. Zax will chase it down, get a touch on the ball to try and take it forward, as there's the first demo of the game as well. Is here attacking in the yellow Komodos. That flashes across the face of goal. Not quite able to find a way through. This is into the centre. Quick start from these two teams. It'll be cleared away here by GC. Shot for Kami, saved by Bites. I was going to talk about the records of these two teams and tell you that actually Eclipse have only lost one of their last 5 series. That's comparative to the other team, only winning one of their last 5 series. So they definitely have the better form heading in to this game, but perhaps not on top right now.
No, I think Alpha Surge have definitely come out battling so far, especially Jason Kami's hit the woodwork a couple times already. GC with a big miss, and Surge take the lead. Zax with the first goal with exactly a minute played on the clock. And yeah, as we said, Alpha Surge coming out fighting in this first game.
Absolutely, I mean, in the first minute they get that goal, and they did win last time these two teams met 3-1 to Komodos. That game finished. Panic trying to change the fortunes here. It's saved immediately, and Bites will chase this down, try and keep it alive into the corner. Kami takes it away. GC looks central, and Zax has to clear away at centre field, which he does relatively well. Over the top it goes. A chance for Zax now to steer one forward, which he does off of the crossbar. It goes, and a chance now for Kami to put it in for 2. It's, oh dear, goes begging. Panic able to, in a panic's way, get it cleared away. He now starts the attack.
Really close one there, but really good defense in the end. GC with a beautiful shot in off the crossbar. They tie the game up, and that pretty much came out of nowhere. Zax with a pretty good demo, but then just completely leaving the net open. Cynic sat in the middle of the net, and GC spots that, pops it straight up into the top of the goal, and they take the equaliser.
As here's a kickoff that goes in the favour of Eclipse. They'll take this one forward with Panic, who surges towards goal. Cynics clears it away. Now Kami off this left-hand side, only able to find Bites, who looks to set one off of the backboard. He'll go for his own read, but again, it's just saved once again. So pretty regulation stuff here as Eclipse attack once again. It's Komodos controlling that ball possession at the moment, just marginally the more of the two. Cynics with a save here once again off of the boot of Bites as Kami takes it forward. Panic clears it away out to the right-hand side. Cynics, though, takes it off of him into the centre. Kami can't quite capitalise. He was always turning back onto that one. And, well, we stay at deadlock for the time being. Kami trying to change that, but it's a relatively regulation clearance.
Yeah, definitely. All 3 of these players here on Eclipse's team I know pretty well. GC Exile, a player that played for my team, Pardus, at the start of the season. But due to just kind of team dynamics, we ended up going a different way. But obviously, he's ended up in a better situation here on the Eclipse side, sitting 4th at the moment. But here we go. GC tries to go forward, almost a bit of a dodgy clearance there from Cynics, but he keeps it alive. Kami with another great save, and GC trying to take it off the corner, but Jason blocks it out. It's the back and forth here between the defense and the offense, and it comes almost all the way entirely down the other end, but Bites able to take possession and keep the game equal.
GC takes this one forward. Cynics clears it away, staying at 1-1 at this point in the game. Panic off the corner. This then gets demoed, so that takes him out of the attack. GC has to go alone, takes a shot at the near post. It's cleared away, and there's Bites at the near post to put it in and puts Eclipse into the lead and into control of this game. And, well, if they take a victory in the first game, Chebs, that means they're getting themselves that fantastic chance to all but secure that play-in spot.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty nice play there from, I think it was GC to play it off the wall, but Jason not able to control it, left it very much open for the goal scorer. But they're keeping the pressure on here, and they get to their 3rd goal. Just as I mentioned, pressure, it is alleviated as the goal goes into the back of the net. And yeah, there's been some nice little plays off the backboard into passes that just haven't been able to be dealt with by Komodos, as we've seen for the last 2 goals. But definitely looking like the stronger team now, 2 goals in front.
Carmen tries to take it forward. I'm sure Komodos here will be trying to think about, well, how can we get that form we had at the start of this game? They seem to have been a bit of a different team in the second half. And that's that first. It's here attacking once again is Eclipse. Again, not quite able to find the net though. Stay at 3-1. Cynics will take this forward. Need a goal now, and it might just find its way through. It's a very ugly piece of defending. And Cynics is happy to take that one. They all count, but a little bit of a defensive whiff there. I just don't know where the defense was.
I think it was just a bit of a miscommunication. GC trying to go up for it, but not able to connect. And Panic obviously assuming GC had it covered and left it completely. All the other way around, you never really know with those kind of 50-50 decisions. But nonetheless, the goal goes in. Komodos will take those when they come. And now they're looking for that elusive equaliser. But GC tries to bring it forward again for Eclipse. Good almost bump from Panic, but Cynics does really well to get a touch on that. Bites off the ceiling, but dealt with well by Jason Karma. He tries to bring it forward. 33 seconds left on the clock as GC Exile pings it back across the pitch, alleviating the pressure yet again.
20 seconds to go, and Komodos need something now, and they need something very, very quickly. Into the centre it goes. Cynics is not quite able to get there, and in fact, Bites will try and capitalise. It's a wonderful demo on the goal line. And it's going to give that little bit of breathing room that Eclipse were after right there. And that should seal this game.
That's why they picked him up, that late season pickup. He gets a beautiful demo to release all of the doubts in that game. They take their two goal lead back again. With 10 seconds to go, you're sure the game should be theirs here in game one.
Might make it a fifth here, but again, gets cleared away. GC tries to keep it forward. Ball will get spiked, and it's a very productive start for Eclipse. They now go pretty much within one game of securing at least that play-in spot. So there you go, Shadow Esports taking their first victory of the evening. Where I think what that has proven, Chess, is that it's going to be a very, very close series.
Yeah, just the one thing that I'm looking at right now is 18 shots there from Eclipse. And 8 saves from Cynics, keeping his team at least somewhat in it. But 18 shots is absolutely mental to kind of just throw on a net. So I think they've done well with the amount of saves they've got in that first section of in this first game. But yeah, I think it really comes down to if they can keep those saves up or whether they're just going to kind of crumble as the series goes on.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see. This is one of those telling things for Komodos, whether you lose the first game to a team that is, let's be honest, probably a little bit better than you. Do you then crumble and go to lose 4-0, 3-1, or actually you're able to respond and secure a draw or just something from the series, and that'll be what is telling here. Anyway, we've got game 2. I was going to time it, but the lobby took a while to load over. Well, there we go. Lobby's in, and we can go to Forbidden Temple for game 2 here in this series. Penultimate series, both of these two teams. Remember that they have got that one more series to come a little bit later on in the week. The countdown is on, and game 2 is underway.
Again, GC and Cynics getting us underway. Almost a very quick one, but it does. It comes off Panic into his own net. I don't even know what happened there. I thought it was just going to be completely straight through for Cynics, but Panic's go, don't worry, I'll score this one just for you, so you don't have to do it. Beautiful start, and yeah, lovely.
Yeah, Eclipse take the lead, and well, they'll be happy with that start. Very fast, very fiery, but here goes Bits out to this left-hand side. Bites, I think that probably says. I don't know why I said Bits. A second. Panic on the right-hand side takes the ball forward in the air off the corner. Central, it drops, and GC's not in the same postcode as the ball. Bites will try and do one better, and it's a fantastic double touch past 2 defenders. Eclipse taking a stranglehold on the series.
I've just realised the colours are confusing me as what's going on. The yellow and the red very closely resemble the Forbidden Temple, but nonetheless they double their lead with that one. Lovely little double off the backboard. But yes, straight in again, both teams looking for more goals. No one's really kind of taking their foot off the pedal. But Zax tries to bring it down the line, but isn't able to do much with it. Bites tries to take it away. Not too much boost, but Jason cuts him out nonetheless. Cynics with a nice little pop pinch out to the side. Almost a lovely pinch from Panic and GC, but it comes away. But Bites trying to take it back again. Nice pinch, lovely little pop middle. GC's up for it, not able to do too much, and I think Komodo's here now with the possession.
Off the left-hand side, Eclipse still dominating this game. 63% of the ball possession so far. Bites still clear this away. The first time they've really had to work defensively. First shot of the game for Komodos. Panic takes it away rather quickly. Bites goes central. Panic can't get there. Zax clears it away now. But Bites keeps this attack going. Kami can't quite get there. And there's a real chance here for GC at the near post. Cynics clears it away. Panic puts it back in for Bites. Takes a shot to the far post. And the rest is pretty arbitrary from there. He's always going to score that one.
Yeah, beautiful placement nonetheless. Right up in that upper 90 in the top left. They tripled their lead now to 3-0. And still with 3 minutes and a half on the clock. I think it's whether Komodos are going to get any sort of comeback towards this one, or whether Eclipse are just going to run away with it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think this is that point in the game we were talking about in the post game, talking about how it is going to be telling whether Komodos just collapse, and well, this is them playing for their season pretty much. It will make it very difficult into that final game of the season, as that's an own goal. Kami at the near post, and yeah, just getting far worse. However, on a more positive note, this is effectively giving Eclipse that qualification. As by the way, thank you very much to Stingray for the tier 1 subscribe. He has subscribed for 12 months. Isn't that fantastic?
The stream committee head proving his worth there, but 4 goals now. Very unlucky from Jason Kami. I think it's just a bit of a pinball situation for that 4th goal. But yeah, I think it is kind of just Eclipse pushing further and further forward now. I don't really see Komodos doing too much to come back towards them, but I think Eclipse definitely looking like a team that could be very strong going into these playoffs. Obviously, with picking up GCXL late on in the season, and their win percentage becoming better since then, maybe their 4th spot isn't as kind of selling as they actually are. Maybe that 1st, 2nd, as the 5th goal goes in, maybe a 1st, 2nd kind of spot is more what they would have looked like if they had GCXR all along.
And well, Eclipse now have to be taking a look forward at those playoffs, potentially turning their form around ever so slightly as well after that last series. When I say that last series, I'm talking total waffle. They drew the last series, but yeah, getting better fortunes here. They haven't swept for a while, and well, they'll be hoping to do so here at the near post. It goes. GC's at the back post, but Kami will clear it away. Now goes forward himself, trying to get that consolation goal with 2 minutes to go. I say consolation goal. I've seen crazier comebacks at Forbidden Temple, but it won't arise for him anyway. Synex is a little bit clumsy here, perhaps in possession, does well to actually clear it away, but Panic dares to take it off of him very quickly. Zax is up for this one. Panic with the bump. Now Bites, tries to steer it in and does. It's a cool piece of work.
It's one of those that's very sketchy, but really good mid-air bump there from Panic, and Zax trying to come out, but ends up flipping over the ball rather than into it. Bites secures his 3rd of the game. That's now a hat-trick for both Bites and Panic. GC not on the score sheet yet, but I'm sure that might change as this game continues on, because Eclipse don't look like they're going to slow down anytime soon.
No, they don't, and well, they're absolutely hammering them in this game. Panic tries to take it forward, but again, not quite able to find it. Has to go for the pinch on this right-hand side. It doesn't quite come off for him. Bites, swoops back round to it, and well, he's going to get a chance to go forward. Beats Synex, but loses possession of the ball. GC takes it off of him. Kami can't quite clear away. Bites won't commit to that one, rather sensibly so. As we head into the final minute, I do think this has just been a 5-star performance from Eclipse. They've really been, I think the better side here would be a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, I think they've been controlling the field really well. There's been not really any options for Komodos to even counter on anything they've been doing. Some of the mistakes they've made in offense, Komodos just haven't even been able to clear them away, and it just leads to more pressure, which has led to goals. But then I haven't seen Komodos really do anything too offensively apart from that. That was very worrying if you were Bites sat on as last man there as going for the bump, but he does well to keep the game at 6-0, keep that clean sheet, which I'm sure is what they want in this game at least.
Here goes Sinex, tries to go forward once again. Panic clears it away. There's a demo and he going all the way forward here. Gets the bump on Zax. Actually, that's very good, and that's the far post, but Sinex again, he's just about there. Bites now off the backboard, looking for Panic. 8 seconds to go. This will be easy. Sinex turns it in. GC with a final touch, and it's 7-0 with 5 seconds to go. And they've absolutely walked this, and that was, again, a bit of a silly mistake.
That was again. I think it's just panic in defense. Both like kind of it's the third time we've seen just kind of a stray ball just kind of pop off someone and end up in front of the net or in the net. So I think Komodos have just got to kind of whether it's stream nerves or whether they're just not really feeling it right now. I think that's what they need to do is kind of just pull that kind of defense together like they did in the first game where they actually had many saves, only 3 saves coming out this game for the Komodo side. But yeah, I think just kind of their panic defense has been their big problem in this game.
Yeah, well, Panic was supposedly on offense for Eclipse, but, well, clearly a bit of panic in the Komodo's defense as well. And none of their players reached over 300 score. And in fact, there was a couple of players, Bites and Panic, on Eclipse who have more score each than Komodo's combined. So that just goes to show how well they played in that game. It's 2-0 in the series. Chance to wrap it up for Eclipse. And I think the big news, Chebs, if my maths, I say my maths, the maths that I've sort of nicked from you, is correct. That is them, if I'm correct, qualified for play-ins, or is it not quite mathematical yet?
It for Eclipse, yeah, they are now mathematically safe because Komodos are the team that could catch them. But now they've kind of thwarted that with this currently 2-0 ahead. 3 would mean we don't even have to look at the league play table anymore. But yeah, nonetheless, Komodos I think almost kind of forced out now of that play-in spot. 2 games behind Crusaders, who will now have a game in hand, is definitely something that they're a bit worried about. But here we go into game 3, a slightly different kickoff matchup for the first time of this series. Zax versus GC gets us underway, and now Komodo's looking for something, and Eclipse looking for that elusive win.
Yes, and a sweep would help their chances of playoffs as well. Remember, they can still qualify for the playoffs. As here goes GC off the backboard into the centre for Panic, who takes a shot. I forget quite how the RSC works it all, as this is out to GC, and he takes a shot, and he scores. And the way they're playing, it's almost like they're title contenders.
Yeah, as I said, I think picking up GC really late on in the season is kind of their biggest thing, and I think they're looking much more like a first, second kind of competitor rather than a play-in spot competitor. And I think he really kind of puts this team together, and they've proved that, scoring so many goals so far in this series, with most likely more to come. But yeah, 1-0 ahead, still 4 minutes on the clock, but already starting to mount some pressure on the Komodo's defense.
Now here goes Sinex off the left-hand side. Bites is there, can't quite get to it. This is a chance for Sinex, and sums up his day. It's still alive though, and there's a chance for Kami. And eventually, the rebound finds its way into the net, and we're back to level terms, completely against the run of play, but at least Komodos have a platform.
Yeah, good play in the end, just kind of pinging it off backboards, taking a lesson out of Eclipse's book, playing it off the backboard as many times as possible before eventually basically being given an open net. But very good play there from Komodos, slightly against the run of play, but definitely better than nothing for them. As Cynics goes for the second, they take the lead with a nice little play there from Zax, nice little pass off the side of the wall, pretty much almost a ground pinch, not completely, but plays it behind Panic, who's pushed that tiny bit too far forward as the person on back post, and leaves that bottom corner completely open. And for the first time since game 1, Komodos take the lead.
The first time since the first goal of game 1 as well. Remember, they didn't really look back after they conceded once again. Despite still clear this away. Almost like Eclipse have taken their foot off the accelerator. However, that immediately is taken back because Bites is just given acres of space at the near post. And again, that is a wonderful opportunity. Sees very well.
Yeah, very, very good read. He definitely hasn't taken his foot off the gas. Equal pegging now with 3.5 minutes on the clock. But ends up in possession of Eclipse, which is always nice to see. But Zax, he doesn't care. Bite's trying to come off the ceiling, off the corner. Isn't able to get the best of control. Always a bit of a difficult place to do something with. But Zax, beautiful read coming off the wall himself to put it back into the net. Take the lead once again for Komodos. And they're looking like a completely different team, really.
They are, and that might sneak in. Oh dear, it was very close, wasn't it? Cleared away by Karmik. Back to the right-hand side. Bites takes the touch off of the ceiling. It goes, now takes a shot, but again, there's no real way through. Karmik is awkward. Panic off the right-hand side, pinched across goal. No way back into the game. Still 3 minutes to go in this game 3, by the way, so there's actually plenty of time for there to be a change in the scoreline. Might come here. Zax is able to clear it away. Bites looks central for Panic. Panic takes a shot, steers it forward. Bites drops it down. Panic is just unable to get there. Cynics now goes forward. GC tries to clear away, and there's a shot, and it's a very, very crucial save.
What a save. It was a great play for Komodos to get the space. Bites did pretty well to kind of stay in defense and keep it alive, and an absolute beautiful pinch save off the corner of the goal. But they've still got a way to go. They're still looking for that one goal to pull them back in it, and are very lucky to not be 2 goals down now. But Jason isn't able to get the greatest of touches, but Cynics is able to get back. But Eclipse now trying to mount some pressure like they have been doing in the last 2 games. But Komodo's doing a very good job of reading what Eclipse are trying to do as they try and bring it forward. But GC is able to take it back into the corner, comes off the ceiling, but Cynics is there to meet him early, and they're not able to get anything done on that attack.
Karmik takes it forward, the shot comes in, GC happy to clear it away, and he's got a lot of work to do on his own now. Going forward, Cynics is on the line, and it's saved just about. Again, trying to take this forward. Karmik clears it away. Here's GC over the top. This should go in, and oh dear, Zax is desperate to make the save. And well, he just about does make that save. Here goes Karmik to maybe put this to bed. GC trying to save that sweep and even get the chance to win the series at the earliest opportunity. Bites keeping this inner forward momentum, and it's just again awkward on the 50. Panic off the left-hand side. Bites looks central. Bit too much weight on the ball into GC, who gets demoed for his troubles.
Good connection from Bites there, but ends up coming across Panic with a big miss. Jason goes for the shot, but GC does well to read it. Beautiful touch from Bites. He ties the series. He ties the game up 3-3 with a minute to go, with a lovely touch, lovely redirect over the top of Cynics, who just wasn't expecting that much power on a slight touch from Bites over the top. But lovely goal to tie the game up 3-3 with a minute to go. It could be anyone's here.
55 seconds to go in the game, and now trying to press for that winner before overtime. Of course, it's Komodo's first stop. Bites is happy to clear it away. There's GC, golden opportunity. Panic takes the shot. It's just off the crossbar. Is there a man to follow it up? Bites is there, out to the far post, but he hits the post himself. Still alive here. GC takes it off both of them, and surely seals the game.
Just pressure on pressure from Eclipse. They've done so well, I'm sure. Mr. Sir Pegasus will be happy with that one from his boy GC Exile, but 4-3 now in Eclipse's favour. Not too much time left on the clock, as Eclipse again with possession, but kind of giving it away, but no one's able to get on the end of it. Jason with a great save in the end, which shouldn't really have ever happened in the first place, but GC thwarts the attack from Komodos, ends up on the backboard. Panic, not with the greatest of reads, ends up missing it, but again, good from Bites on defense. He seems to be everywhere so far in this game.
Absolutely, still 12 seconds to try and save the game for Komodos, but their time is running out quickly. That's a favourable pinch, though, that Bites has to get back to, and he's not able to steer it forward. Zax needs to get the ball up. It goes in the wrong direction on the buzzer. Looks like we're going to see a series win unless Zax can keep it up. It's in the air, but it's at the wrong side of the court. As here, downfield goes Zax. He's not got a lot of boost to work with. It'll be spiked by Panic. And Eclipse win the series closer than they would have liked. But overall, this has been a very dominant performance. And now Komodos just has to think about how on earth can they save this something from this series to give themselves that chance of chasing down for that final series of the week.
Yeah, that's the best showing we've seen from Komodo so far in this series. They've still got that game 4 to try and get something. Both of our predictions still somewhat alive, especially your one seeing as Komodos did quite well in this third game. So I think game 4 is going to be a very, very close one. Zax and Jason Kami both kind of picking up a bit more of the slack in that game. But Cynics again still at the top of that leaderboard for Komodos, definitely doing his bit. It's still on Zax and Jason to kind of do that a little bit more for Komodos. But I think it so far it's just been bites for me in this series, just in general. I think he's been just really solid all round, defense, offense. He scored some very beautiful goals, made some very picturesque saves. So in game 4 we're going to see whether Eclipse can hold it together or whether Komodos can finally pull that slight bit of slack out and take something else from this series.
Best map in Rocket League is the final map of the series, and well, we are ready to get underway. See if Eclipse can take that sweep. It will be their first sweep for at least the last 5 games. They have won 3 of their last 5. Oh no, I take it back. They got a sweep against Masai a couple of weeks ago. That was all the way back in week 7. So yeah, I take it back. But their first sweep in a couple of games, at least getting a draw last time out. And well, they'll be pretty happy with it. However, there's a chance for Komodos to stop that momentum, perhaps immediately. Bites is a little bit awkward. Kami tries to steer it back towards goal. Zax not really able to capitalize, and Bites clears it away pretty comfortably. I say that. There's a shot GC saves.
Good shot from Cynics, but good save in the end from GC. They're piling pressure on here, Komodos, which is always good to see. They're definitely not completely out of it mentals-wise, but they're keeping this pressure up. Good shot from Zax, ends up coming off the post, but Jason throws one straight away, and a great save from Panic up in the air early to meet that one. But now, still in the corner of Eclipse, they're not able to break out just yet. Jason, good little shot. Cynics goes for the bump on Panic, but sadly not on target from Jason in the end. But Eclipse trying to bring it forward. Good touch from GC. Tries to ping it all the way forward. Jason just about gets a touch on it, but not enough to keep it out of Bites' path. As Panic tries to keep this one in the half of Komodos, but not able to, sadly. But yeah, it's kind of all stations go. Both teams showing how they can build some pressure here at the start of this game. But neither team able to get that final third goal.
3:30 to go in the series. Cynics clears this away. I thought GC would have pounced on that. It gives a lot of work for Bites to do, actually. Pinches it away off the corner. A good piece of work from him up in the air. There's a bump on Zax, but it goes in the direction of Eclipse once again. Kami rushed, clears it away. Bites into the path of Bites, but the read off the backboard not quite going to find its way in his favour, as here goes Kami going all alone downfield. Again, Komodos with a fairly decent performance here in this 4th game, but that goal, that chance to actually take a lead in the game has evaded them.
Yeah, both teams with some nice opportunities so far, but not able to get that elusive goal, as now almost halfway through the game, this is the first time we've seen a goalless draw at this point in the series. But GC trying to bring it forward, again, not able to get anything more than just a touch. Bites with some really nice possession play there on the backboard, not able to keep it on his way out of the half. Jason tries to bring it forward. Cynics tries to take it over the top, but isn't able to get more than just a touch yet again. But they're piling pressure on again, Komodos. Maybe this is the time we might see something, but GC's having absolutely none of it. Bites plays it forwards, not on target. And it's a back and forth game so far.
Into the centre it goes. Cynics clears it away downfield, out to this far side, the corner, and Panic clears it away. And that's actually a really good shot, and it might, oh no, not fall in. Thought for a second that Zax would be hurried on the line. Here goes GC. Can he find a teammate? He might be able to. Not quite. It stays in favour at the moment of Komodos, only slightly though. Still deadlock on the scoreline. Off the backboard it goes. Kami drops it down. That is so dangerous from Kami. I don't think his teammates will be particularly pleased with that little bit of defense, and the pressure still here for Eclipse. It sneaks almost in. Kami clears it away more confidently this time.
Definitely the best chance of the game. So much pressure there from Eclipse. Some dodgy defending, but if the ball doesn't go in the net, it works. That's all. That's my usual way of saying it. But very solid play from Jason to kind of keep it down and keep possession. But this might be the opportunity. It goes off the crossbar. It's on the goal line. GC's able to get up to it and keep the ball out of the goal with only a minute to go. My goodness, both teams now with an opportunity to seize in this game, but both teams hitting woodwork as we're now just kind of 50-50ing it around in the midfield, but ball ends up in the corner of Eclipse. GC able to beat out Jason, but Jason gets a touch for his chance as Bites now tries to get a touch, just flips round the ball. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but GC tries to come off the ceiling, not able to do too much without any boost. Panic tries to get a shot on target, but it floats over the top and Cynics keeps the ball alive, but we're throwing it about near the goal, but good save in the end from Jason with 9 seconds to go. Eclipse mounting the pressure here, but Jason relieves it. White's taking it to that corner, probably just going for overtime at this point. It's quite dangerous, throwing it about. Zax misses it, and we're going to overtime here in Game 4.
Well, first overtime of the series, and Komodos have got this far. They might as well wrap it up now. Here goes Kami going forward. 0-0 on the clock. 5 minutes without a goal is pretty impressive in Rocket League as this goes downfield in favour of Eclipse. Pops up off the ceiling, maybe a chance for Komodos. Bites his happy to clear it away, and now he creates the chance. There was a demo in at the backfield as this is up in the air. Kami can't quite get the clear. There's a demo on Synex's Panic. The chance, he tries to sneak it in at the back post. It goes, and Kami is able to clear it away. Only as far as Bites, though, who goes central. Synex takes it downfield. This is a chance. Panic is able to get there and gets the save credited as well. What can Zax do? Taken off him by Panic as off the ceiling it goes now. Doesn't quite drop down. GC is here, takes it off of the back wall. Bites is up in the center. He takes a shot, but Zax clears.
After watching Game 2, you wouldn't have expected Game 4 to go this way after that 7-0 win in Game 2, but both teams now piling pressure with a minute now ticked over here in overtime. GC tries to play it forwards, and Bites is waiting for it on that corner. Plays a nice little touch. Zax is up, is able to beat Panic to it. Crucial interception in the end. GC up now, but not able to beat Jason yet again. But Eclipse still piling pressure. Bites is up, not able to get anything on it. Good little touch from GC to try and keep possession for Eclipse. Cynics does well to block that one. Plays it back down the field. Komodo's now on the attack for the first time in this overtime. But Bites is straight away in for it. Panic goes for a shot. It comes off the post. Bites in yet again, and a great save from Jason to keep it 0-0. Keep us in this overtime.
You always get worried when you have these long periods of deadlock that, maybe we'll see the first ever 3-hour overtime in Rocket League, but not quite yet. It's out to the back post it goes. Neither side wanting to score. It's off the backboard. Bites gets the shot credit, and well, Zax is happy to clear it away. Would be against the run of play if Komodos were to take a goal here and win the game, but I'm sure they'd be happy with their efforts regardless. They have been dominated, 9 shots to 6 in the game. Here goes Panic, trying to take it forward. He miscontrols off the ceiling, gives Kami the chance to take it away. GC's sweeping away, though, inside of his own half. That gives Bites a chance to steer it forward. Synex clears it away, only as far as Bites, who goes back post. Zax gets the touch. Might have been better served leaving that one, but ends up okay as Kami takes it away. GC keeps it alive. Bites now takes a shot. That should go in, but Synex with a very, very good save. Panic follows up, but again, not able to find a way through.
Channeling his inner Game 1, the 8 save master gets a beautiful save, very similar to Bites' in the last game, but they're still piling the pressure on Eclipse. Cynics able to finally relieve it after almost a minute in their own half. But now definitely Komodo's looking like quite a dangerous attack. Both players up, no one connects. But Cynic's able now to take it into the corner, but he gets demoed for his efforts. Bites now in the corner still. GC trying to play it off from the backboards, but ends up with Cynics in the midfield. He's got a lot of space here, but Panic attempts to rush him down as soon as possible. Now here come Eclipse, almost with the almost goes in the goal. I can't even keep up with what's going on now. It's just pinging left, right, and centre. That should have been a goal for Eclipse coming off the crossbar. 3.5 minutes now ticked on. Oh my god, we're still going, Tom.
Yeah, we are. As here goes GC, takes a shot off the backboard. It goes, might finally find the net. And no, 3 minutes and 43 seconds into the overtime. We stay at equilibrium. Panic takes it to this right-hand side. He'll look for the wall. Cinex is there. He takes it central. There is a man there. It's GC off the backboard. And now a chance for Bites in the air. Off the backboard once more. Into the centre. There's a shot for Panic. Might finally find the net, but it goes begging. Goes wide. Bites puts it back central. GC misses because Cinex with a fantastic save. Here goes Bites off the backboard. A chance for Panic. And that's not able to find its way in. 4 minutes gone into the overtime. Into the centre it goes. Bites takes it forward over the top of one. Over the top of two. It had to end. And it ends in the most hilarious way it probably could. It's an Eclipse sweep. And well, that is pretty typical for a defence that has held so firm all game that it ends like that.
After a massive overcommit from Eclipse, right, just before that actually, I was like, wow, this is an open net now for Komodos, but Bite's able to get back. The man of the hour gets back for it, and pretty much is able to just turn it straight around, take it straight back up the other end, and put in the goal to end that everlasting overtime. But I think kind of it went in the direction I think it should have, and I'd be very surprised if Bites doesn't get the series MVP for this game. But yeah, just what a series all round. It went from the 7-0 to an absolutely nail-biting 1-0 overtime game. Just great fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Really great fun. And Eclipse now pretty much secure themselves into at least the play-ins, and I think they'll be pretty confident now to take themselves on to the playoffs as well. Bites is man of the match, I have to say. I wouldn't have called that myself. I'd have given it GC or someone like that, but he is the one that Rocket League has chosen. And well, he didn't play badly. I'm not trying to suggest that, but yeah, interesting that he went under the radar. But a good series, and I think Eclipse will be pretty pleased with how it's gone.
Yeah, definitely. I think Eclipse deserved it. Just in general, especially after that game 2, 7-0. But yeah, I think just solid overall from Eclipse. I think Komodos will be kicking themselves after that game 4 to be kind of slightly, I wouldn't say robbed, but semi-robbed in that game. But yeah, nonetheless, good series all round. But looking forward to the rest of the evening, we do in fact have 2 more games for you. Coming up in just, I believe, 15 minutes now. We will have Vanguards versus Drakes, another Alpha Surge game. And then another hour after that, we have Obscurity versus Taisho down in the Prospect tier. So 2 pretty interesting games. I know there's a lot to talk about in that final Prospect game at 10 CET. Both teams on some very big and strange runs at the moment. So definitely one to look forward to. But I think that's it for now from me and Tom, and we'll see you again in 15 minutes.
Only can make me move, can make me move, yeah. You can make me move, can make me.
I'll be your anything if you'll be the one to take me home. 'Cause right now everything makes me wanna leave this place and roam. Make me feel alive. Take my hand around, let me be the one. Let's just take the dive. Night's only begun, don't you think we're done? 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 Knew that it was true from the way you looked at me. Don't know what to do, what to say to make you leave with me. Make me feel alive. Take my hand around, let me be the one. Let's just take the dive. Night's only begun, don't you think we're done? 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 Make me feel alive. Take my hand around, let me be the one. Let's just take the dive. Night's only begun. Don't you think we're done? Bittersweet and I'm walking slow. Sensitive, feel the afterglow. Looking for things that I can't control. Fear from my past, cause it always shows. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time, it comes back to you. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it. blacking out, frets fading day by day. I'm reaching out for someone who can take away the pain I feel, the things I haven't done at all. I've lost my way, but how I felt I can't recall. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time, it comes back to you. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the RSC EU stream. We're here for our second game of the evening, where we see Drakes take on. I've done this multiple times. Take on Vanguards. But yeah, it's going to be a good game here in the elite tier. I am joined by the lovely Sporty FC. How are we doing today?
Oh, doing good. We got some more action here tonight. Our second of 3 matches today. And as you said, these matches are going to get really, really close. And as you said it here, Alpha Surge Drake's taking on Fort Templar Vanguard. And just to talk about how close these teams are in ranking, one of them's the 2nd seed, one of them's the 3rd seed. But their last results have, well, let's just say they've been really good on one side, and on the other side, they're trying to see if they can get a bit more of improvement.
Yeah, Drake's coming off 2 very recent wins, one a 3-1 and one a 4-0, whereas Vanguards have come off the back of 3 draws, 3 2-2s. But yeah, definitely one to look forward to. Drake's currently sat up in 2nd place, going 44 and 20. Vanguard's just slightly below, going 39 and 25. Only 5 games between them, but that is quite a big gap, seeing as we're now finally in the last week of the season. Only 8 games left to play, 4 and 4 in the 2 series. So a sweep today would be a massive result for Vanguards, because it would put them only 1 game behind Drake's and put them in a nice little spot for playoffs.
Yeah, it definitely would. It would put them in a great position. And as you said, some of these seeding matters really do matter. And again, as you said, for this Vanguard side, they're number 3, but there are 2 other teams right below them with 36, 38 wins. One of them being Panther, the other one being Sanctuary. Both of them could actually surpass them this week. And for Alpha Surge, they're in a pretty good position, but they are looking at that number 1 seed, and they want to surpass Darkness. As you said, Darkness are a very solid team, and in fact, a team that Vanguards, who are that Fort Templar side, played last week, and as we said, did get them in a tie series. And while it may not be the result they want wins over some of these top teams. This Fort Templar side won't be too unhappy with a tied result, especially since it does keep them in a very comfortable position at the top of the table.
Yeah, definitely. Drake's, RMD, and Cow have been playing right since the start of the season. 2 players that have stuck by Alpha Surge and have been doing very, very well. 69% win percentage for both of them. Whereas on the side of Vanguards, I know we had a little roster change halfway through the season, bringing in Kajir, who was originally, I believe, at Azteca. Very solid pickup, who's come in and kind of won some games. Obviously got quite a few draws, as we mentioned, for Vanguards, but nonetheless, it has a positive win percentage, which is always the best going forwards. But both teams definitely very solid up in the top of the table here in the Ignis Conference. So definitely a game to be looking forward to. But yeah, Sporty, seeing as we're getting slowly towards that time. How do you think this game's gonna go?
Well, a lot of it, and I really do look at it and see like what players are going to be the ones to step up. And really, the player I look at and I go, wow, this is a huge player, is RMD, the, as you said, one of the 2 players on Drake's who have been, so aggressive. And it really does come off the back of RMD. He is the most aggressive player in this tier. He is the player that steals the most boost in this tier. He is the player that stays in offense the most this tier. I need to see RMD, if he wants to really allow this Alpha Surge team to continue, his Alpha Surge Drake's team to continue this kind of run, they will come off of what RMD will do to keep the aggression going and to really allow to start that aggression as well for Fort Templar. I need to see this team kind of get off of those, losses and really start to push for those wins, because for them, it does feel like these series are ones where they get to this losing streak. They lose 2 games in a row. I need to see them bounce back a little bit more, but, to bring my prediction to this, and I think that's what we're ultimately trying to get to here. I see Drake's being that top team, and I see them continuing to be that top team. They're the ones on a hot streak. Vanguards are still kind of in a slump. Their tie before was against Zulu, which, and I don't know if we're going to see this Fort Templar team continue that. I actually think it's going to be Drake's in a 4-0.
Fair enough. I do think Vanguards will be using their sub today. Rox has only played 8 games. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. But in the games Rox has played previously, 75% win percentage. So definitely not a bad player. But Rollback Noodles, 90 saves over his 60 games. Obviously, the elite player of the season last season. So we're going to see Kajir, I think, sit this one out, or at least most of the game, and we'll have Rox playing. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 to Drakes. I think that will be... Yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-1 to Drakes. I think that will be the ended outcome. Currently sat at the top of the predictions leaderboard here in the casters booth, so I'm going to kind of go a little bit less risky on this one with a 3-1, but... yeah, we've got a team ready to go, but we've still got waiting on one team to get us started. But Sporty, the next game, I know we haven't really looked too much into it, but next game, obviously that prospect game, first versus third, both teams were on a bit of an unbeaten streak, but Obscurity, that team at the top of the leaderboard, currently 44 and 20, took quite a big loss to 7th place Jabatus. They took a 4-0 loss to Jabatus, who are currently on a 5-game unbeaten streak. Definitely looking like a team that's going to shake things up down in play-ins, maybe. But could that be something to worry about for Obscurity, or do you think they'll still do pretty solid against Taisho later?
Well, there's no. I mean, I know that this is the match kind of coming up after this, and I'm sure that and I will be there for that match if you guys are wondering, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that loss and what it really means to, again, this top team, a team that seems to be untouchable in this league, but I know there's a lot that they're looking at. I know that for them that they got to really prove themselves this week against a really tough opponent that they can pull it out. And again, I think the same goes for Vanguards. It's just kind of connected back to this match. Vanguards and Drakes, this is not an easy match. This is a really good time. This is the final week of the regular season. It's the final week before we get to the playoffs, before things really get tough. And, you know, these matches, they still matter. These games all matter, especially for Vanguards when it comes to seeding and getting as good of a seed as you can, getting in the top of the group. And for Drakes, who could potentially steal that #1 overall seed through this week. Again, the matches like these, just like how we're going to see Obscurity later on, these matches determine, might only determine seeding, but they determine a lot more for the team's confidence, especially getting into the playoffs. You want to go off the back of a win, not off of a loss.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be one of the biggest games in any of the tiers, just because mentals always play a massive part, I think, when it comes to play-ins, playoffs, and just teams in general. They've got to kind of keep their heads up, and taking a big loss in the final week is never a good way to keep your head up. So definitely something that we can kind of keep an eye on, and I think the winner of that game will definitely do better overall. But again, still waiting on this final team to join the lobby. We'll get game 1 underway. But yeah, I think this is a big game in Elite, seeing as we've got a couple players that have been kind of around in RSC a long time. Obviously, RMD, a very well-known name in RSC, has been a very solid player for the last few seasons. And then there's also Rollback Noodles on the other team, who has been player of the season last season. You've got Detroit, who's a very solid player, and you've got Cow on the other team, who's also known as a very solid player in Elite. It's going to be a big matchup, but I think the main thing to kind of keep an eye on is that you're going to have the sub playing for Vanguards, whether that is a massive thing or not. We beg to see, but teams now in the lobby, we're ready to go here for game 1. Both teams getting us going. And yeah, game 1 soon to be underway. And Sporty, you can take us away with this one.
Well, again, we both predicted Drakes to win. The last time these two teams met, Drakes won. There's a lot of winning recently from Drakes. Can they keep that streak going? Vanguards look to slow them down like they've done to Darkness last week. That #1 overall seed could not beat the Vanguards. And Drakes now are going to take it onto themselves in the final week to try to do it. And already off to a great start. An infield pass right to RMD, and I told you he's the most aggressive player here in the lobby. The most aggressive player in this league, and for a very strong reason.
Yeah, beautiful start from Drakes. Straight away, 19 seconds into the game, they take the lead. A very solid goal there from RMD, but it's now on Vanguards to fight back, get something back out of this series, but with lots of time on the clock. Anything can happen, but Roll tries to bring it forward, takes it down the line, but Dote meets him early, tries to break things up, and they get a shot off. I can't see anything. There's been a big explosion, but the ball ends up in the back of the net. He doubles the lead. RMD yet again. We spoke about him before the game started, and now we get a much better angle of that nice finish into the open net. They take the lead 2-0, and it's the perfect start if you're Drakes.
You know, it's surprising to see RMD get all these shots. He has really strong shooting accuracy, being so aggressive as a player, but he's not actually one of the top leaders in shooting. He's actually more of an assist-based player. He likes to start offense, and he isn't usually the one to finish it on this team. Yet here he is with 2 goals on 2 shots, with Doit kind of holding out behind him, and that's a really good showing here for a player who's known for his offense. We're going to see if he can do more of it as the midfield trying to find Dote. That one off to a back wall. RMD wants to make it 3, and he does. Drake's with 3 goals, and it's all from the same player.
Only a minute and 9 seconds into the game, RMD's got his early hat trick. They 3-0 straight away, and just beautiful start from Drakes, but it's again still all on Vanguards to kind of fight back into this one, and I think we all kind of see what RMD wants from this series as he tries to go for a 4th. Rox ends up in net, is able to keep that one away, but they're still piling pressure on here, looking for that 4th goal. Great save from Roll, but Dote is up again. Good save from Detroit, and they're piling pressure on Drakes as they try and look for a 4th.
Down so much as what's giving this opportunity, and that's a little more like what RMD's known for. Off the back wall, straight to Cal. Drakes have just started running, and they haven't stopped, and they get another one. The offense from all of these midfield challenges breaking down the Vanguards, and the Drakes are living very, very lavishly.
Yeah, beautiful start from Drakes. 4-0. As they almost get a 5th, maybe still get the 5th. Good touch from RMD, comes in off Roll. They take their 5th. Still only a minute and 49 seconds into the game. Doing the quick maths in my head. But 5-0 for Drakes here so early. And I haven't even seen Vanguards even try and combat any of their attacks. But with 5 goals in 2 minutes, it doesn't look like anything is going to stop them right now. But Roll gets that goal. If a comeback's on its way, it's going to be a big one. 5-1 now. Goals galore. No defense anywhere to be seen. And just a crazy way to start this series.
Yeah. That needs to attack back for Vanguards. I mean, we've seen the offense. It's from Cal, it's from RMD. These guys are scary. Jote's even getting involved too, and he's not even like the most aggressive player on this team. As I mentioned, both Cal and RMD have that aggression, but there's someone on Vanguards that needs to respond. It has to be Rollback Noodles. He himself is number 7 on the top scorers in this division, and it's going to be up to him to get those goals, to get the majority of them, because Vanguards, they rely on Rollback Noodles and what he can do. And if he isn't going to get goals consistently for this roster, they're going to be in a situation that's tough as stone. Oh, what a bomb! It's Drake's right back, and that is creative from Dote.
Beautiful goal from Dote. Comes off the sidewall, lovely mid-air bump. Some call them cringe, but Dote doesn't care. He gets his 6th goal, and he get the 6th goal for Drake's, his 1st of the game, I believe. But really solid start from Drake's after that little hiccup. But still, no real defending from either team in this game so far. But 6-1 the scoreline with 2 minutes to go. Cow on the corner tries to stay with it. RMD almost dropping down on it and getting that goal straight away, but keeping pressure on here, Drakes, nonetheless. Good pre-flip from Rox, tries to take it round, though maybe a bit of an overcommit. Rox still on it, but Cow is able to scramble back and keep that one away. Good play so far from Drakes.
And if there's anybody I need to see from Vanguard step up, if it maybe isn't going to be this game, it has to be the next one, is Detroit. And Rollback Noodles, that is the offensive duo for Vanguard. These guys have been, teammates at the end of the season and have linked up really well. But in this game, Detroit has been silenced only 1 save on his name. 0 shots for him. The only line to shoot on Vanguards has been rollback noodles. And for Detroit, he has been silent, deadly silence here. And Drake's will just continue to let that be their success. The reason why they're winning and Vanguards are not is because Vanguard's top duo hasn't been linked together, and because for Drake's, their top duo has.
Yeah, really solid start from Drakes. This is what they wanted from the start of this series, but Cal trying to come forward. Good touch from Roll to keep it in the break half, but yes, even though there is some promise coming here from a little bit of Vanguards at the end of this game, this 5-goal mountain they've got in front of them, I don't think will be climbed in this game 1, but I think it's all looking forward to game 2, looking to grab some momentum going into it. Roll going for the double off the side, but not able to connect. But 30 seconds left. RMD with good possession, but Rox is having none of it. Big bump. But still Drake's with the ball, plays it forward to Dote, goes for a shot. Roll scrambling across, but gets the save. And Drake's, I think, just kind of just trying to close this one out.
Oh, no. Very flashy manner, a dunk in the backfield, and here comes Cal for his second. As if things couldn't get worse, Drakes are packing their bags and they're traveling to Rio.
We love a Brazil here in RSC. 7-1 from Drakes. Nice little dunk from Cal, completely catching them off guard when they looked like the team that were attacking, but maybe that overcommit was a bit too much. But here we go, Vanguard's trying to get a bit of momentum for game 2. Good little touch from Detroit, but not enough to secure a goal. Good touch from Cal. Dote straight up to it. Tries to go for the dunk down. Still alive. Detroit goes up for it too. Takes it across onto the wall, but it's going to hit the floor. Drake's taking that one very comfortably with the Brazil in game 1. And all eyes are here on game 2 now.
Surprised that RMD and Cal are at the top of the leaderboard, but Dote filing in behind them. It's always on those kind of weakest links that you would call it. And for Dote, he's not even a weak link. He just so happens to have RMD, who's the most aggressive player, and Cal, who is one of the best shooters in the league, behind him. And yet, Dote has found success, has found where it works, and he just seems to link so well. Again, I love what I'm seeing there from this kind of, trio at the top in Drake's. They're just going to look to continue the same thing as Dote again. Has 50 goals already in this league. Now he's got 51, and he's also got 3 assists to add to it. Drakes are just linking so well on offense. It's just, there's a team cohesion that I don't see from Vanguards.
No, I think Drake's really solid. RMD and Cal kind of being that attacking duo. And Dote just kind of fill in the gaps. 3 assists to his name is always really nice to see. That kind of assist, that second man position. But Drakes, they just look so solid, and there was nothing really Vanguards were doing to kind of combat any of it. Didn't really see any defense at all. But it's all on Vanguards to kind of build some momentum into the rest of this series, get at least that game, I think. But obviously, being the draw merchants, you never know where this is going to end up as the series goes on.
Oh yeah, no, these guys have had some pretty tough losses in the past and have done just fine after them. And again, so many top teams. These guys are pretty consistent. I wouldn't be too surprised if Vanguards, pull this one and make it very close, even after a devastating loss. Here's rollback noodles. If there's anybody to do it, it would be him. He's got the dribble, but it will be stopped by Dote, who jumps up in the way. And Drake's already keeping out an incredibly well-placed shot. They'll look for offense instead, but here comes Detroit. Back the other way, and that just gets away from him, and again, I need to see a lot more from Detroit in this series. He was silent last game, as I said. It's him and rollback noodles that link up so well in offense. And last game, they just didn't have the opportunity to do that. Now, in this game, maybe they can make it.
Yeah, I think they're coming out with a little bit more something in this game. But they try and bring it forward. Cal denies any kind of push forward. Good shot from Roll, but Dote is there to pick it up. Takes it forward onto the corner. Isn't able to catch back up with it, and Detroit with a nice booming clear. But both teams kind of reading what the other team are doing, both teams trying to work out the game plan from the other team. And as it stands at the moment, both teams pinging it back and forth. But RMD goes for a nice little touch. He is able to get the read, but isn't able to do too much with it. But keeps possession for his team. But Detroit, having none of it, goes for it. And Rock's trying to get a bit of an interception, but isn't able to connect. And now for the first time this game. Drake's coming forwards. Dope misses, big miss in the middle. Detroit not able to capitalise on a bit of a mistake from Drake's, but 0-0 the score, 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. And neither team looking like they're going to break the deadlock too soon. Detroit goes up early, but not able to connect, and back in the hands of Drake's.
And a lot of what Drakes are trying is they're trying to make really quick offense. They're trying to get the ball down the field with pace, with precision, to the point where they can catch Vanguards pushing up too high. And Vanguards are ready for that playstyle. They're waiting in the midfield for those passes. They're going to intercept them as well. And Drakes, they might want to just try to change things up, and we can already see them trying to add some demos as well to do that. But it isn't enough here, as Vanguards pushing up well. And as I said, even though Game 1 was bad, this is a consistent team. This is a team that doesn't let those losses really affect them too much. And, well, they're already looking like a strong side. In fact, I would even say maybe even the stronger side so far in Game 2, as Drakes have 0 shots still. Maybe a chance for number 1, but Cal lost it. Detroit blocked Cal midfield. And Dote couldn't get there in time as Vanguards continue to keep that ball away from their nets.
A great save from Roll after a nice, very aggressive shot, but Dote comes in for the second one as it pings off the ceiling. Lovely read there from Dote. No one able to beat him to it. RMD up 2, but it is eventually comes off Dote to take the lead. 2 minutes 30, halfway through the game. We finally get the first goal for Drakes as they take the lead 1-0.
Yeah, and that was, again, based off an infield pass from Dote. And Dote has been searching for that all series long. He's been searching for ways to get his teammates involved. And it just so happens that when he gets his teammates involved, he himself gets involved as well, and that's exactly what they need. Is now Cal one-on-one with rollback noodles, but it will be stopped away. Dote now up to the ceiling. Maybe an infield chance. He's looking for the ceiling pinch. My goodness, Dote. Trying something new there, but it didn't have enough pace on it as RMD. Back to Cal. Drake's looking again for those passes to find anybody else here in that gold armor to find the plays. It's RMD jumping for it, couldn't get a dunk on rocks. And here comes Cal with a shot, but that will too go wide. And Drake's, again, threatening as always, looking for the pass, but now they just give it up, and Detroit will score. We've asked for him to find some sort of answer, and he gets it here. Detroit does what he couldn't do last game, and he puts one in the back of the net.
Really good from Detroit. Nice little pass from Roll. Kind of catches the defense of Drake's off guard. And they tie the game up 1-1. Still some time on the clock for that equaliser, for that winner so far. But much better from Vanguards here in Game 2 as they try and push forwards. Roll up, plays it to the corner. Rock's there to meet it. Gets the double. Leaves it for Detroit. And that's a lovely shot from Detroit. Takes the lead for Vanguards for the first time in this series. And that's a lovely play from Rocks for the double to confuse the defense. And RMD almost getting a touch for the save, but it just narrowly misses him. They take the lead from Detroit. Detroit takes the lead for Vanguards. And just a completely different team to the team we saw in Game 1.
Yeah, this is a team that's challenging better. This is a team that's willing to play up to the level of Drakes. And this is a team that is really causing Drakes a lot of headaches. Drakes, this game, have the same number of shots. They have 4, they only have 1 goal, though. And you're seeing the difference in the quality of the plays that they have. They are struggling to get those shots and those chances, as maybe they'll get one here. Cal, he's missed that one. Rocks doesn't have it. Dote, they do have rollback noodles. RMD, who had so many goals last game, doesn't even have a shot this game. And he's still searching, as now maybe a chance, but no one waiting in the midfield. A little bit of miscommunication from Drakes, I think, and they are still not being able to set up plays. Dote, oh my goodness, what a dunk! That one saved away, far from Cal, and roll back noodles, denied on the goal line.
He's got the stats of 1.5 saves per game, 90 saves in his 60 games, and he has just got a beautiful double save. One off the original shot, and then pings himself out of the net to make the second. Beautiful save from Roll. Might just win his team this game too. But Drake, however, may not be having any of it bring it forward. But now the triple commit might lead to a third goal. He gets it for his troubles. Roll, after the double save, gets his goal. And they take the lead 3-1 with 4 seconds to go. And after a Brazil in Drake's favour in Game 1, Vanguards have fought straight back out in Game 2 with 3-1 on the scoreboard.
a huge response, a huge answer here from Vanguards to, get that loss and just immediately recover from it. And rollback noodles kind of helped lead the charge, but Detroit himself is the player I want to focus on. Detroit stepped up heavily that game. He was, again, silent in the first game, but this game, he was anything but.
Yeah, definitely. Taking the MVP for his troubles. 2 goals, 2 saves, 1 assist. Beautiful from Detroit. A player across the whole board. Ends up being the reason scoring the equaliser and the brace in that game. Whereas Roll got a nice little pity goal for their third. But really, really solid performance from Vanguard in that second game. Definitely fighting back after that first quite sad loss in game 1. But it's all on game 3 now. I think we could really see either team take it in game 3. If Vanguards can keep up kind of the aggression they had in the second half of that game, I can see them taking it. But Drake's, I think, if they just kind of keep their heads, we didn't see anything from RMD that game, finishing bottom of his team's leaderboard. So I think it's kind of all on RMD to come back in into this game and kind of put up a fight back up against Vanguards.
Yeah, and as we said, it was the same problem in the first game with Vanguards, where not every single player was on deck. And now for Alpha Surge here, they're also realizing that they too need everybody on deck if they want to win here and get wins for the Drakes. And going into game 3, and this series has all of a sudden gotten very, very tense. And for both these teams, this is a huge game because it could give you the chance to win. Oh my goodness, Rocks! No way!
Beautiful shot from Rocks coming off the wall. The super sub didn't even come off the wall, he came off the floor. Beautiful play from the sub himself. Absolutely lovely redirect from the pass. 1-0 in the favour of Vanguards. And after game 2, that is exactly how they wanted to come out fighting, keeping that pressure on. But Drake's coming straight back in it. Rocks again on the backboard to keep his team with the clean sheet. And what a start there, especially from Rocks. Maybe that's his nerves completely out the way after coming in as a sub and to play on stream. Very, very solid performance from him.
Scary. Being a sub, being the player that people haven't really talked about, and then having to move in to play against one of the toughest teams in the season, a team that is known for how they can suffocate you. And that's how you do it. That's how you get yourself into a series. That's how you give your team confidence. But here's a follow-up. Oh no, don't just say, I think that would have gone in. But Dota's just stopped RMD from scoring, and Drake's, I don't think they can believe what's happening here. Things can only seem to get worse for them.
That is so unlucky. Nice shot from RMD, but Dote, who's just gone for the pass, has fallen down in front of the ball, saves it. But Drakes definitely will use that as some fire as they go almost for the equaliser, but Rocks does so well to get a touch on that. Good demo from Dote to keep the pressure alive. RMD with a good challenge, keeps it in the corner, tries to play it across. Nice little touch, tries to play it down, but not able to find a teammate. Cal straight back in on it, and Rocks again coming to the rescue with a nice save. But Drake's definitely piling on a bit more pressure than we've seen in the recent performances as Roll tries to break it out of their defense as Dote is waiting on the wall but not able to connect with it. And RMD with a nice little play, pass back to RMD, goes for the dribble, takes it over the top of the Troy, but Rocks again for his team. Beautiful save, and it's just a great showing, especially from Rocks here as Vanguards keep their 1-0 lead.
Rocks is inevitable, it seems. No matter what happens, Rocks is gonna be there to shut it down on the side of Drake's. He'll get the goals, he'll get the saves, but now he's got to get back to defense because his team might need him. But that's a great block from Detroit. RMD, Detroit dunks anyways. Here comes Rocks for himself, always a double commit with Detroit, and that means time will be here for Drake's to get that ball out, but Rocks to dunk, roll back noodles. And that one, he didn't have the right shot on it. But again, Rocks is just getting involved ever. He is not wasting time to get into his play. He might go back, but he'll push right back up. He'll get his team some offfields. He'll get his team some great stops. And for Vanguards, they're not even close to winning on the shots. They're only one shot. And yet it's that one shot that's making the difference. Oh, what a save from Detroit. Falling off his back wall. Somehow that stays out.
My goodness, what a save. Vanguards definitely looking like the stronger team in defense. Great bump from Roll, leaves it completely open for Rocks, and a second goal going in for Rocks himself. 2-0, and beautiful play from Roll. A bit of a laggy one but a bump nonetheless. 2-0 to Vanguard. And after game 1, you wouldn't have expected it to be going this way.
Not Vanguard series after all. This is Vanguard's ready to end their streak of ties as here comes Doubt. That one not on RMD. Trying to tuck it in, but I think if he just let it go and roll to that back, well, that would have actually gone in anyways. Another chance where a player on Drake's not on the same queue. They didn't know what was happening, and RMD didn't know that was rolling close to the net had he just not gone for it. And Drake's still have to look for another chance. Pass in field. Dote to the back post. Saved by rollback noodles. RMD gives it away to Cal here. Detroit looking in the corner. Still challenged. He'll try to get the clear, but it's still Drake's ball, and with less than 90 seconds left, they are desperately in need of a goal. Any goal. Something to put in the back of the net. The offense of this team has been gone and MIA since game 1, and they still haven't been able to find it again.
Good touch from Cal to bring it forward. Still searching for this elusive goal. A minute left on the clock. Dote keeping the pressure up. Roll not able to connect with it. There might be an open net for Cal. He's put it away. With a minute to go, Drake's finally get on the score sheet. They've still got another goal to climb that mountain and get the equaliser, but that's a much better showing than we've seen from Drake's. They've had multiple opportunities in this game. They've had almost triple the shots that Vanguards have had, but have ended up saving most of them themselves. But with 50 seconds to go, 1 goal left between them, and it's all on Drake's now to break out of their own half and get this elusive equaliser.
Yeah, and elusive's a good way to describe it. It's been hard for them to get those chances now. Oh, Cal's in an awkward position. He will get challenged in the corner. RMD looking to keep the offense. Rocks to the corner. Dote. And I'm surprised we haven't seen more from Dote. He's been a really, really good player. He's been sneaking under the radar of this Vanguard roster a couple times this series, and yet this game, he hasn't been able to show up, but maybe here's his chances. Oh, he's been demming off the field. Rollback noodles with the dribble. Has space. Dote will challenge up for RMD. Time running out, but maybe Drake's will get a chance as that one's booms away by Rocks, and time continues to melt off that clock. Cal pinches it. It will stay up, but can they get to it fast enough? RMD, this one's up. Rocks will clear it down the field, and that is game free to the Vanguards. A strong performance from Rocks, and Vanguards continue their impressive showing.
I think Drake's will be kicking themselves after that game. 10 shots on target, or just 10 shots, and they weren't able to score from it. Yeah, I think they played as the better team, ended up saving 2, maybe even 3 of their own goals. And I think they'll be absolutely livid that they've lost that game. But going into game 4, maybe it will fuel them going into game 4 to get the equaliser for this series, tie it up 2-2. Both of our predictions are already out of the window, but nonetheless, we are going to see what happens to round the series out. I think both teams could take this game 4. I think Vanguard, as the draw merchants, might just do it for the memes. But yeah, game 4 is the one that we're looking forward to.
Again, this win matters. This win, if they can get it, will matter so much for them. Again, they're in a team race for that 3rd seed spot, and this series is going to be tough for them. But if they can get that win, they're in a very prime position to take that 3rd seed. But they've got to continue playing well. This is a matchup that has a lot rolling on it, because Drakes are still, as you said, playing more aggressive. They still have more shots, but if they can get that shooting accuracy back to what it was before, that game, I could really see things change around here, but they've got to be able to do it. They've got to be able to prove it. And here in game 4, at this point for the Drakes, they're just hoping they can get a tie.
Yeah, but definitely good start from Dote. Takes the lead, definitely going in the right direction for that tie. Good shot originally from RMD, good save, but it's actually the bump from RMD that gets that one done. But 13 seconds and they've already got that first goal is definitely the way they wanted this game to start. But now Drake's trying to come forward yet again. Dote up to meet it, but Rox is there early. Ends up going in the direction that Dote wanted it to go, but RMD, with not the greatest of touches, puts it into the corner where it's met by Vanguard, who ping it away. keeping the pressure on now as Rox tries to take it up the wall, takes it to the corner. Good save from Cal. It's floating around dangerously and Roll's there to meet it early. 1-1. And good start for both teams, really. I think both teams have started quite aggressively, and that's led to 2 goals within the first 40 seconds.
It's a good start for both these teams, and well, we might have all these kind of new weapons on Vanguards and Rocks last game, but sometimes just the old classics are going to do what they need to do, and in comes Rollback to knows to do what he's been doing so often. Is a redirect from RMD, is that on? Oh, it is on! RMD from the midfield, and he hasn't scored in a while, but finally he does, and oh, what a way to do it.
Yeah, lovely shot from RMD, nice little touch. Both Dote and Cal were stood there waiting, but it's RMD himself that gets it done. 2-1 now, 4 minutes left on the clock. This is looking a lot more like game 1 with the amount of goals that are being thrown about. But it comes all the way back to Drake's own corner. RMD takes it up but pinches it middle. Cal's there to meet it early, just about. It comes off the crossbar, but it stays out of the net, and that's all that matters to Drakes. They take it forward. Good little touch from Dote, who plays it towards the net. And Rock's trying to take it along the wall. And Detroit tries to keep the ball in his own possession. Roll takes it forwards. Gets a good enough touch that might be rolling in, but RMD is able to get back to it. And the game stays 2-1 to Drakes.
Position Drakes want to be, because defense is not their forte. And in comes Fort Templar, Detroit. And it's a lead to Vanguards. They're continuing the scoring. And for Drakes, again, their defense is not their strong point, and we're seeing it really hurt them here.
Nice play from Detroit. Pings it to himself. No need for an assist, even though it is credited to Rox. Plays the assist himself. Ties the game up for his team. Throws a lifeline for the result of the game. But now RMD trying to bring it forward, trying to take the lead back for Drakes. But Roll goes to meet it on the backboard. It's able to connect. Cal puts it back into the mixer, but isn't able to get anything more than that. Rox keeps the possession, plays it down the line, ends up in the corner. Should be on his own. And Rox gets that 3rd goal for Vanguards. And it's a goal fest here in game 4.
Cal flips on an appeal over that corner boost because he just spun out in that play, and that is going to be an open net for Vanguards. And I think I actually said it beforehand with the last goal, but now it's definitely true. Vanguards now have the lead.
Yeah, really solid play, but Roll is able to keep that one out. Good little shot from RMD. They're keeping possession, but now Roll plays it forwards. Cal's up early, no boost. Is able to get a touch, but scared the Vanguard's team off from challenging him. Rox tries to play it forward. Detroit maybe a little bit too far forwards. Cal gets the touch. Detroit, bit of a mistake, flicks out the way. Cal gets the equaliser yet again. And that's 3-3 now, still with more than half the game to go. 6 goals, and it's a close one, but 6 goals nonetheless. And yeah, still half the game to play. It could go either way.
And again, we come to a situation where we gotta ask who's got defense. Right now, it's nobody, but someone's gotta bring it as here comes Rox. Wants another chance at this one. Falling in front. Will be cleared by RMD. Detroit again caught a little high up, but this one, he will get back to only with a little bit of boost. He'll leave it in front. Dope clears. RMD. And a hold in the midfield. Vanguards again just punching their way through the Drake's midfield again and again, but a double commit. And that's really hurting them here as the overcommits, but here comes Rox. And that's off the crossbar. These overcommits from Vanguards are starting to become a bit of an issue for them because they're doing it again and again, and it's becoming a problem. I mean, that last goal came from an overcommit. Detroit left all alone, and he backflips out of the way. Now Dote won't put that one on. Rox runs out of resources, but that's why Rollback Noodles is there. Now around the corner, they're looking to get through Cal, but a pass down to RMD, and here comes Drake's the other way, and they're looking for a chance. RMD, oh, what a flick! Oh, the net, and the Drakes will make it 4.
Lovely play from RMD, dribbles it all the way. Cal goes for the bump. Detroit challenges early, but RMD's ready for it. Takes it round him, takes the lead again for Drakes. And the Vanguards are staring down their classic 2-2. The Merchants themselves. Detroit goes up with the double, isn't able to connect. Goes for the shot, and they tie it up yet again. Just as I start talking, Roll is there. Nice little play for Detroit. Isn't able to get the double, which is what I think Cal was waiting for. He challenges early, but Roll is there to mop things up, put it into the goal, 4-4, and this is just such a back and forth game, goals in both ends, and I think this really is looking like it's heading towards overtime.
Well, you say that, and we still have 90 seconds, and with it already being 8 goals here for the amount of 19 shots, I believe. Sorry, no, 16 shots. I'm expecting that we're going to see a couple more go in by the end of this game, and here comes RMD, looking to maybe get it. That's a save from Rox. As Cal, off that back wall, looking in for Dote. Here's the shot! That one's kept out by Detroit. Vanguards, won it away. Roll back Noodles, keeps control, 50 over Cal. Detroit trying to chase down Dote. He's got that 50 off the back. RMD stripped. Rox! And Rox puts it in! RMD tripped off the post! And Vanguards take the lead!
Beautiful play from Rox, the super sub. We saw him in game 3, absolutely carrying his team. Scores another brace here for his team, 5-4. A minute exactly on the clock, and it's all on Drake's shoulders to not let this one slip, to not let this series slip away from them, and to get something more than just one game. But here is Roll in the corner. RMD beats it very early to keep the pressure on. Dote up very quickly, keeps it alive. Rox gets a good enough touch, but isn't able to do too much with it. Cal, lovely little pass, almost catches both Detroit and Roll napping, but Rox is there in the corner. Back into Roll, he takes it forward. Dote there to meet it, but it's pinched away, keeps in the half of Drake's. As Cal now pings it forwards again, but Rox there to meet it. Back and forth ping pong game right now. 15 seconds on the clock. Dote up quickly off the corner. Lovely little pass in from RMD, but Cal's slightly too far forwards, isn't able to get up to it. And Roll now pings it off the sidewall. RMD again up early. Detroit puts it in the corner. He is still alive, but Dote is there to beat it. 50-50. Rox pings it straight down onto the floor. They take the game 5-4, and they take the series 3-1 against all odds.
Plans for Vanguards. They were going for another 2-2, but Vanguards had other ideas, and this is a massive win for them. The last time these two teams met, Drake's won in a sweep. This time, Vanguards, they're the ones in control. And so much of this comes off of Rox being subbed in and making things happen. By the end of the series, this became one where Rox played so well. And that is what they need. And again, what a performance from him. A strong showing. And Vanguards just, that is incredible from them. Again, so many 2-2s, but that streak is over. The last 3 weeks were tied games. This one, it is a win, and man, over a team like Drake's, that must be feeling good for them.
Yeah, really good from Vanguards in the end. Series MVP does go to Rollback Noodles, but I want to throw a bit of a spanner, and I think it should go to Rox, coming in as the super sub, taking 2 MVPs across the 4 games. Just really solid all round from the whole of Vanguards in that game to get the win, in my opinion, against odds against Drake's. But really solid performance nonetheless. But yeah, I think that's all for now anyways. Neither of us getting our predictions right, actually going completely in the wrong direction. But we'll move on from that one very quickly. But we will be back in 20 minutes for another game, which will be the long-awaited prospect game that we keep talking about. Serene Taisho versus Obscurity. First versus third down in prospect. But a game with 2 teams that are on very odd and fun runs at the moment. One at the top, but taking a big loss in their last game. And one team 5 games unbeaten. It's going to be a good one. So we'll see you in 20 minutes. Stick around. And yeah, see you in a bit.
I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.
You got me thinking all I did was wrong. Guess you got all you wanted. Yeah, I don't know why suddenly you're gone. You'll never be forgotten. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. In retrospect, I could have paid attention. I could have tried harder, been smarter. Deep water, I'd be drowned. I should have felt the tension. I overreacted and acted childish, impacted us all around. When you were pushing me away, I should have tried to give you space and get out of your way. How did I not see this coming? You leaving one day. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
If I were to the sea, baby, I'd never say, for I would fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe, the moon will rise and carry me, for I've loved and I have died. So I won't hold back, and you should know that what's never gone just have regrets. So I won't go back. Oh, Lord, guide me to forget the time I lost with no regrets, and the moon shine back again. And the moon shine back again. When I drove down to Abyss, while I blame the world's neglect, then I shine right back again. So I'll hold back, and you should
everyone, and welcome back to RSC. This is a match so many of you have been waiting for. Obscurity versus Taisho. Shadow versus Serene, the top seed versus the third. And joining me here is Quizzy. How you doing, Quizzy? I know you're a black screen right now, but I'm sure we'll get your face on stream soon enough.
I just want to say I'm not really here yet, but I am on my way actually, filling in the codes right now. I'm actually really excited. It's been a long time. Some people might still know me here. A lot of people probably don't anymore. It's been like, I think the last, or like 2 seasons playoffs ago was my last guest with Spooks. And then I was busy with school and everything in life. So sadly I couldn't do anymore. But now I have a little leg injury, so now I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. And you're ready for some, again, RSC action. As we mentioned, the top seed versus third seed. And this is the final week of the regular season. A lot on these teams. And, I mean, just to look at this prospect season, again, Obscurity, part of Shadow, is the number 1 seed with 44 wins, 20 losses. And below them is Taisho of Serene with 40 wins, 24 losses. And you know, with how close these teams actually are in the rankings, we could actually see Serene, if they play well enough today, potentially take that number 1 seed away from Shadow.
You just look at the wins total. 4 matches difference. It's so close, and the goals for is by Obscurity by a lot. Almost 200 goals in that amount of matches. It's actually insane. So just overall the stats, if you look at all of them, there isn't a big difference between both of them. So we're looking at a really good series here.
Yeah, and I think we should really pay attention to just who is kind of the goal-scoring players for these teams. I mean, for Obscurity, it's Deadly Dom who's been leading this team, and on the other side for Taisho, it's Pure Skill. These guys leading the league in a ton of different shooting statistics, and well, I expect that we're going to see more from these guys as this, as the series gets going, because these are the players to really watch out for. What I really want to focus on is, what about the other players? There's still 6 other players than just these 2. And those are players that can really make the difference in a series like this. You have your Deadly Dom and you have your Pure Skill who are leading, in so many different statistics, but it's going to be up to everybody else to make sure they can rally behind them.
Yeah, really. A Rocket League team exists out of 3 players, not 1. You can have 1 good player, but if the other 2 don't play as well or are annoying to the best player, you don't have a good team. And these other players have to enable their best players. And I just want to point out, the shooting percentage of Dom is absolutely insane. For sure, because he has 83 goals and he still hits 40% of his shots. That's that's an insane statistic.
It is one of the best shooting statistics in RSC, and again, on the other side, Pure Skill not too far behind with a 36% shooting, and it's Flauster there with a 35%. And again, there's a lot of very scary players on here, and I think we're going to see a lot of goals, and I would wonder, though, again, how much defense we're going to see, because defensively, Dom also is up there, as well as Pure Skill. 113 saves, Pure Skill, 102 for Dom, and that kind of makes more sense with Taisho being a slightly more defensive roster. But we're going to see just how, these teams play. And again, in a matchup like this with these scary teams playing against each other, this is a perfect way to kind of end off our night.
I think we're going to see an interesting way of defense right now. Because they both really got good in offense, and they're both really good in defense. So you really have to get all your mechanics out of thin air to make the best shot possible. You're not just going to shoot from 30 yards away, because that just won't go in, because these players are too good for that.
They are. They know what they need, and they know how to get it. And in a series like this is a really good way to end your season, because with a team that wins this, it's a huge confidence booster. This is one of the scariest teams in your grouping, one of the scariest teams in the league, and to take them down, or, to really keep up with them, that's going to be a huge statement. But, now we should ask who's going to win and how. We are, analysts after all, so let's make our predictions. Quizzy, I mean, I know you've had some time to kind of think over this. This is still a tough decision, I know, but do you have a team winning this? Do you have a serious scoreline that is in your head?
It's a really tough one, because it all depends on the day. These teams are too close to each other to have one beat the other one every day. But I'm gonna go with the first one of the league. I have the most trust in them. It's gonna be a 3-1, but the 2-2 is also possible.
Yeah, and for me, honestly, I think something I haven't even mentioned yet is Obscurity last week played against Panthera Jubatas and got swept. That is the 7th-seeded team in this league. That is a team they had no business losing to, and they got swept by them. And that's going to be a huge, scary situation for Obscurity, because they have to be able to recover from that bad results. And I don't know if they have yet, I still think though that is, as you said, it is a kind of a fluke, and I do see Obscurity winning this one. I would also agree. I think it's going to be a 3-1.
Yeah, it's going to be a really close series, and I'm actually kind of excited for it. Close teams, there is a lot of stakes, as you said before, because if both win, they both benefited from it massively. If the first seed wins, they are going to get even more of a lead, but if they get swept, the other team is going to come back at them, and they have the same amount of wins and losses and everything else. So then it makes the leagues more interesting, which I'm always in favor of.
Yeah, and what's also interesting is that the last time these two teams met, it was a 2-2 series. No one won last time, but here, this time, we're both predicting that someone is going to be able to take this one. Someone's going to win, and we both have Obscurity, but Taisho have just as much of a chance to take this as well. Being that third seed, they're not far behind, and I do think we have there's a lot here that these teams are looking for, and again, I'm excited for this. I think Obscurity and Taisho really have their work cut out for them, and here in this matchup, and especially getting into those kind of the playoffs next week, getting into those kind of situations where teams are going to start to look to win this whole league. These are going to be games that can definitely be momentum boosters. As Quizzy, I don't know if Quizzy's still here or if he.
I am still here. I had to mute my mic because I was coughing, and then I forgot to unmute it once again. No, I was gonna ask you. I've already shone a light on what I think how this match is gonna be played, what tactics teams are gonna use, how they're gonna play. What do you think yourself?
Well, again, I think it's a lot of it's gonna come down to offense. These are offensively scary teams, and again, I am excited to see just how much offense will be brought in and how these teams will react to it, as again, so many scary players here, and what are they going to bring onto offense? What are they going to bring to kind of take down these teams? Because it's aggressive, it's offensive, and it's going to be a tough battle, and it really also does come down to defense. As everybody's in the lobby, Obscurity versus Taisho, our final match of the night, the number 1 seed here in Obscurity versus the number 3 seed in Taisho. Red versus blue, 1 seed versus 3rd seed. Here we go, 4 games, and we'll see if maybe someone can be the top. Is that one right off the bar? Already a great start for Taisho, as they're getting multiple chances on that net.
Already a great start for Taisho, as you said, putting the pressure on early, but sadly enough, they are not getting a goal out of it, which could lead to some trouble later on in the match. The first goal is really important, showing what you can do, what you're capable of.
These teams, again, just continuing, and already, again, a great start on offense, as that one off the post there from Obscurity, then with an answer back the other way, and again, it's all about that offense, all about putting shots on, and right now for these teams, they're both proving they have that capability, but, the defenses haven't had to work too much just yet. Those shots haven't been strong enough, but as this game goes on, we're going to see that defense really get tested from both these teams, and for these players, a lot of them, it's going to be a focus on being able to keep that defense going.
Oh, Dom's awkward situation. Fluster takes it to the side, going up to the ceiling, maybe trying to pass it into the middle to one of his teammates. Sadly enough, he can't do that. Skill pushes it to the middle. Attempt on a shot, sadly it doesn't go in again. But this side of Taisho is still playing better. They still have the offensive hand, but they don't need to overcommit, because then it's time for Obscurity to score.
And Obscurity is not been able to break through just yet, and a lot of us is still reliant on Deadly Dom, as big dunk off the crossbar. He's got that touch. He has gone wide, but Melty Crispy will roll it all the way in, and Deadly Dom has been just that, deadly this season. And here he goes. He's getting a chance, and he makes it matter.
Also a really good shot of Crispy. He puts it low. Pure Skills flies high in the air to block it, and he sees it and pushes it low. Really well done by him, and exactly what I said. It's Taisho can't overcommit right now. That's what they did, and Obscurity instantly punished it.
Comes Dom again on offense. Here's another pass. That one's missed by Ravugi, and he will want that one back, as already Dom, he's known for scoring, but he's also just allowing his teammates to get the shots themselves. He's opening up the space, and his teammates are benefiting, and that's not what you want to see with Melty Crispy and Ravugi now finding the pass, and Obscurity find a 2-goal lead.
Really well done from Crispy once again, passing it to the backboard. Ravugi being prepared for that pass. Sadly, Pure Skill wasn't prepared for the pass, was on the back post rotation, so he couldn't do anything about it. And it's already a 2-0 lead, even though Taisho started so strong.
A game like this, when it comes to offense, you got to be able to bring out the defense, and Well, that's definitely what Obscurity brought that side of the game. Their defense so strong, and now they're getting benefited from it. Dom wants a chance here, but Pure Skill will keep it out. Boogie to the side wall. No one there from Obscurity. They're going to wait back on this one, and maybe a chance here for this Taicho side to get themselves on the board. But that one will be kept away easily there by Deadly Dom, and again, the defense of Obscurity hasn't really been tested enough. Taicho, there's a lack of creativity on their side when it comes to what they're doing on offense. So many of these shots are just so predictable.
Rotations aren't looking that great from the side of Tasha as well. They could really benefit from just looking back at it as Dom puts this one and another one in. They could really benefit from giving each other some more space. They are really aggressive going towards the ball. And if they just wait a few seconds more or something, of course, you might give the opponent the ball, but I think they would really benefit from just waiting a bit, making the field a little bit bigger for yourself so you can put up those passes, etc.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think they need to just take their time on offense. It feels like Taisho is trying to make things happen just too quickly. They maybe are getting a bit panicked by the fact that they are going up against a team in Obscurity who are just so tough to take down. But yeah, I think that's the key for Taisho here. If they want to win games, they've got to be able to recognize the space they have, the time they have, and use his Rookie almost just dunked that one into the back of the net. Obscurity still not done with offense.
So Crispy putting it once again into the middle. Dom going for a shot. Sadly enough, missing the ball on his way. And there's a miscommunication in the defense. And Rookie takes advantage of it.
A huge error there from Taisha. That was a very light first touch from Rookie. And Pure Skill thought Darth was behind him. But Darth was nowhere to be seen. And that is about as easy as it gets for Rookie. He's had some pretty tough shots he's had to score this season. And that one is literally about as easy as it gets. It's floating in front of the net.
It's Darth putting it into the middle. Maybe they can do something back. A massive miss from both parties. Sadly enough, none can put them in the back of the net as well. 4-0 scoreboard is what we are dealing with right now. But Tasha still has time to do something back. It's going to be difficult because they are the dominant party in this game. But never say never.
No, I still think Taisho, with what they've shown, with what they can do on offense, can definitely pull this back. But you're definitely seeing that they just don't have enough patience. They aren't taking enough time, and that is what Obscurity is doing. They're getting close to the net, they're getting closer to the Taisho defenders, and then they make the move. They wait to see the opening, and they take it! Oh, what a shot there from Floster! Right to the back of the net, and Taisho finally put one on the board.
It's Darth with the miss, faking out the entire defense, and the defense of Obscurity not being ready for the shot out of nowhere of Flauster. Really well done by them. It's a goal, but is it going to be enough?
See, there's 71 seconds remaining. And right now, Taisho have proven that they have the offense ability, but need to see more from his Rookie. Oh, would have taken the midfield Dom. Demos out, Flauster. Darth beaten there, Dom. What has he got going for him? He's got a doink there, but another save on the backfield is Taisho bringing out the defense, but they've got to keep it going. And what a block there from Pure Skill, who, hasn't been able to get anything really going on offense. He's an offensive powerhouse in this league, and yet he has been silenced there by Obscurity, and that is another reason why Taisho have had issues, is that they haven't been able to get Pure Skills involved. Pure Skill is one of the best in this league at shooting, and yet, again, he has only 2 shots this game and 0 goals to show for it.
He has been kind of invisible in this match, but of course it is game 1. Maybe they were just kind of getting used to it because the side of Tasho is already playing better. So maybe they just needed a little longer to get started against Obscurity. Here's Dom once again, and that's a save and a half from Darth.
Yeah, that was very close there, as if Obscurity needed another goal there. Dom will get denied, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the scoreline in any way. Obscurity will take game 1, a huge start for the number 1 seeds.
It's a really good game from them. At least they won't be on drawn if they lose this match at the end of the day, because they will always have an advantage of at least 2 games. But at the end, Obscurity played well in the beginning, but near the end they lost it. Tasho came back and were playing better. So you can say Obscurity is going to win 4-0 because this is such a massive win.
I don't see that happening in any way, because we had last series. It was a incredible matchup, and again, it was between actually a 2nd seed and a 3rd seed. It was another really close battle. That was, if I can find it was Vanguard's Drakes, and Drakes were the favorites. They won game 1 7-1, but they lost the series as they could not take any other games after that. So to say this is going to be a 4-0 would be not the right statement. It would be taking this first game and applying it to everything, and it's only game one. Anything can change, and what we've seen from Taisho is that they are going to make those adjustments. They are going to make changes in this series.
Well, but you see it time from time. Teams losing the first game and then having a great comeback. It's always a discussion. Is it important to win the first game, or is it fine if you lose it? Because it gives you a great start. It gives you a great bit of momentum. But in the end of the day, surely in this league, every game is important. So it's always a bit up to discussion. Everyone has his own opinions on it. But all we have now is that Obscurity has won the first game and that Tesho has to bring something back.
They do, and I think a lot of it will come down to how Pure Skill is going to adjust there, because, again, he only had 2 shots last game, and neither of them were all that impressive. And with that kind of an offensive showing from Taisho, they're not going to win any game, and again, it's going to be a lot of reliance on Pure Skill to be able to show up, because he has that shooter. It's a huge miss. It's in front, and here comes Melty Crispy. A mistake in the back end from Taisho, and Obscurity will take one.
Darf not having much boost left, just missing the ball sadly enough, and then it's just an easy opening for the side of Crispy to put the ball in the net. Not the way Taisho would have wanted to start this match.
Well, they've got to deal with it now. Their cards have been played in front of them, and they need to get an answer. Flauster, second touch. Here's a pass to Pure Skill, and that's exactly what they wanted.
Flauster leaving the ball there, great communication. Pure Skill going underneath it, seeing his teammate was probably gonna miss it. Slide touch, great shot from Pure Skill, and he was invisible in the last match, but he is here.
He's definitely here, and he wants to let you know he's here with that kind of a shot. A great play from Pure Skill, a real showing of his abilities, and well, we'll see if he can do it again as Flauster. That one kept out wide, and already Taisho right up to offense, not letting anything slow them down. But they're going to have to be careful because, as you said before, this team does have that ability to sometimes get a bit too aggressive, and well, if they overcommit, that's a key opportunity for Obscurity to score.
Darf, well, drawn into the middle. It's Pure Skill up in the air, goes for the shot. Doesn't make it on the first one. Flauster up to the backboard as well. Passes it to it as well. Tries to go for the dunk. Sadly doesn't get it. Close to each other now. An overcommit from the side of Taisho. But luckily enough, they don't get punished for it this time.
No, they won't. It was a really interesting challenge there from Obscurity to sit in that corner and wait for the ball to go there, but it does work for them. They still, though, haven't been able to take the ball, but they have been able to get more space because of it, as Dom stops by Darf, who will now look for the second touch, and he's beaten Mavugi to that one clearly, and Pure Skill's gonna put it in. Nobody else back of Obscurity, and Taisho will take that one.
He gets all the space and time that he wants. Crispy was... He didn't know what to do. Let's just put it like that, because I forgot the real English word for it. He was hesitating. That's what he was that is what he was doing. He hesitated for too long and just gave an open net to Pure Skill. And we all know Pure Skill, you don't give him open nets.
This person you want to give an open net to, and especially from your own positioning. I mean, Melty Crispy could have covered that net very well. Instead, he makes the mistake, but here he comes, making up for it. It's a tie game. Melty Crispy with his second.
A double commit from the side of Taisho. Make sure that Crispy can put a second one in. It's a shame, it shouldn't have happened. But sadly enough, it did. And great goals from Taisho get fired back like this.
Exactly what they need and exactly what they want. And again, a huge, huge, important goal for Melty Crispy and for his confidence. Again, it's a guy who's definitely trying to get involved here a little bit more. Dom has actually taken a step back in this one. He hasn't been pushing up his high, and he's been letting Melty Crispy take more control, and it's been working pretty well for Obscurity, at least so far this game.
Another chance for a shot. The chance is there, but Pure Skill doesn't score this one. The hat-trick has to stay out for a little bit longer. Dom pushing it forward. Another double commit from the side of Tesh. Oh, they really need to work on that. It's happening a little bit too often. Another attack from the side of Obscurity. Good 50. This could end well, but Pure Skill is there to pick up the ball.
Here comes Flauster. Great flick from him, but Taisho's still looking to challenge as Mavugi clears it away. Dom wants that redirect, and he just couldn't get enough on it. He was looking for the lightest of touches to get as much power as possible. He just couldn't do it from that position. But Obscurity are still willing to bring up that offense, bring up some creativity too. Something that Taisho haven't been as willing to do. Taisho is much more willing just to go with the style that they know will work for them, and that is just forcing that ball through the defense instead. For Obscurity, they recognize that they aren't going to get the same number of chances, they're just going to try to make those chances as strange and as creative as possible. But here's a good shot. And Flauster just missed the target again. Taisho trying to brute force their way through them. And this honestly might work. Pearskill's got the shot. And it's a great block from Rookie.
You see a way better offense also side from Tessio in this match if you compare it to last match. They wait for the ball, they wait for each other, what is gonna happen. And it makes them way more dangerous because it keeps the constant pressure on their opponent. This once again is a really good pass to the middle, but sadly the shot of Darth isn't good enough to make a goal.
Oh, and Taisho again need to be careful just how many people they do send up to that high, because Obscurity are just waiting for the play to fall in their favor, waiting for Taisho to get a bit overzealous on offense. So far, Taisho though have kept their nerve, has held it very well, and Obscurity have been forced to have to look for other ways to break through. As Flauster, chance, maybe infield's a really good touch. Darf jumping, but Dom will keep it out. Bumps out his own teammate though, and here comes Pure Skill to keep the play going as Taisho continue to eliminate boost from Obscurity's half.
It's gonna be another clear for the side of Obscurity. Surviving on the edge right now, but as long as you survive, it's gonna be all fine. Putting the ball once again into the middle. That's a great pass. Flauster was first there to clear it. Darth with a weak touch, but a double commit makes sure he gets a little bit more time. It's gonna be Pure Skill onto the offense. Pinch with Crispy. He makes sure the ball doesn't go into the middle. Another pass there, but sadly enough, it doesn't connect. The shot comes out from Flauster, but the goal still isn't there. They've had so many shots in this match, but they just can't find the back of the net for a third time.
Yeah, the shooting right now is 12-4 in favor of Taisho. Taisho have definitely won the offense in this game, and Obscurity at this point, I feel like they're just waiting for overtime. They know they aren't going to be able to break out of this so easily, and at this point with 20 seconds left, they don't really want to break out. They just want to make sure that this game ends with a tie scoreline, that they can go to overtime, but they may not get it, as in front for Flauster! That's gun high! Darf can't get the follow-up, and Taisho again miss the target on a clear opportunity. Here comes Dom at 0 seconds, maybe wants one more, gets past Darf, roll in front, Flauster clear, and it will hit the ground. We're going to overtime, just what Obscurity we're playing for.
Side of Tasha was really lucky there. Was 0 seconds on the clock. Also would have been 3-2 right at the end. Darth takes the ball to the side. A little bit awkward here. Just needs to get a touch. Doesn't get it. Pass the ball to Dom. But Pure Skill is there in the net to save it. Crispy high in the air. Darth tries to get a good clear. Sadly enough, doesn't really succeed in it. Puts it in the tires of the opponent. Good demo here from Crispy. Really working for his team.
Those demos are going to be a difference maker as Dom. He's actually just made it in front of his now net. Melty Crispy again coming in to clean up for his team on defense, and he's had to do that a couple times here where Obscurity's defense just falls apart without Melty Crispy, and they've got to be careful because he won't always be there for them as Dom shot. Saved by Flauster. Pure Skill. Well, he did just chip that one up, and Darth doesn't like any part of that, and some miscommunication on the side of Taisho, and well, this overtime still continues. Obscurity now ready to enact their own ruling, their own pressure, as here comes Rookie to end it. Flauster's got the block, and it stays out for now. Deadly Dom now. No infield chance. He hasn't been able to do much, and getting that ball midfield. And again, a lot of this has been Obscurity reliance on Melty Crispy. It feels like, they're just missing one extra player, one extra touch to unlock the offense and to really get things to go in their favor.
Dom trying to put it in front of the net. Doesn't really succeed. It's been Obscurity in the overtime who's been the offensive half. Rookie, can he pass to the middle? Sadly enough, he can't connect with that ball. Pure Skill right into the middle, passes it to Dom. Puts it high. Can he get the read down below? Sadly enough, he can't put that in the net. Crispy with a quick shot. Doesn't go in either way. Double commit once again from Tesho. Something they still have to work on. But this time, it wasn't that bad.
It didn't hurt them at all. In fact, they recovered very well to it. Still, though, Obscurity are putting on the offense. Is that one off the crossbar? Flauster knew he was putting that, but still, it looked scary. And Taisho, it's one of those plays where you know what you're doing, and you still kind of hold your breath as here comes a bump attempt. Flauster gets over it, and Flauster with over 800 points, 7 saves from one player on Taisho. Flauster, single-handedly keeping his team alive, is now a 2v1, and Pure Skill needed the score of that. Melty Crispy will clear, and that is a huge missed opportunity.
Pure Skill went for the pass to Darth, but Darth went for the demo. Once again, as you said, miscommunication on the side of Tesho. It's been happening a lot. And sadly enough, it is costing them a lot as well, because this game could have been finished a long time ago. Crispy tries to put it up with a double touch. Sadly enough, he doesn't succeed at that. Pure skill does have some boost laying around, but not enough to make something offensive.
And here comes Obscurity again and again. Flauster continually being tested on that back half. Now a touch in the midfield. Double commit on the back line. Pure skill. He's got a save here. That's his second. Melty Crispy. Not much on that one as Taisho look to push up again. Pure skill
Really well
in
done.
front. Darf, and he's missed it. He got demoed by Melty Crispy as well. And Obscurity again continue to survive. That team has a combined 7 saves so far. What's gonna end it? Maybe this flick. That goes high. Raw Roogie will keep it low and will keep it away for Obscurity.
The positioning of Darth was just a little bit off, which made sure he wouldn't score, sadly enough. But the game is still on, and we always love a really exciting and long game. Roogie trying to get it into the middle here. Sadly enough, it doesn't get it. This is a really good pass, but Flauster, who else is there as first man in defense?
Flauster is just making save after save. He's also got 8 shots. He's got the most of his team, but no goals for him. And again, Flauster, while also being the saver, he's also, inhibiting his team in the offense where he's missing all of his chances. Will he get another one? Will he get a chance to maybe end this overtime? We're approaching 4 extra minutes of game time, and still neither of these teams is able to take it. And at this point, this is one of those games where it becomes a real long battle of who's cracks first. Maybe it's Flauster, but he will make save number 8, and he'll continue to keep Taisho in it.
Oh, miss from Dom. There's no defense back. Really good pass into the middle. Up Pure skill. Can't connect onto it fast enough. Another shot from Flauster, but sadly enough, this one doesn't go in as well. Pure skill once again into the corner. It's Darth up early. He gets the shot on, but he puts it on the crossbar. Sadly enough, it's Flauster coming back in. Misses the ball. Pure skill taking control of it. Being challenged by Crispy, but he wins that one. Ball pinched backwards. Darth trying to take control of it, but sadly couldn't as well. It's going to be Flauster once again. Putting enough some offensive pressure, but sadly enough, the communication once again in the back there makes sure it gets awkward, and it gives the side of Obscurity time to get on into offense.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit of time to get things and sort things out, but Pure skill trying to send it right back. Here comes Darth. Melty Crispy wants this one clear. Pure skill, and I think he was expecting Flauster to be in the midfield, but instead it'll be Darth. That goes high. Melty Crispy will send it away, and here goes Obscurity back on offense. Flauster and hit it out. Pure skill has just hit it midfield. Melty Crispy has completely missed that opportunity. And again, it's just these missed opportunities for these teams on offense. Nobody can score. Nobody can take it. Darth almost did it there, but Deadly Dom with a block, and wow, he's just still waiting for chances. Here comes this one. Melty Crispy with a block, and again, Obscurity as a team have 9 saves. Taisho have 10. Defense is unbreakable at this point. Nobody is giving up any space.
Flauster, 1v1 with Dom, the best offender and the best defender. Sadly enough, it doesn't end well for the side of Dom. It's going to be Flauster who takes it forward, passes it into the middle. Pure skill tries to get something with it, but sadly enough, he doesn't succeed. Flauster once again, quick shot, easy save for Crispy. He puts it to the side. Pure skill is really fast on it, tries to get the angle, but the challenge is there as well.
I don't think I've been on an overtime this long, and a very for anything in such a long time, and yet Obscurity and Taisho both fighting for it. Flauster now has just passed 1,000 points total in this game. That's how much he's been playing. 8 saves, 1 assist, 8 shots. Flauster with 1,000 points and 20 added on just for good measure, and yet it may not be the win as he got bumped, but Darth will get the save. Raw Roogie, Deadly Dom wants it, oink, gets past Flauster with it, but still nobody finding that breakthrough. Melty Crispy. Flauster can't get it, but Pure skill will, and it gets over 6.5 minutes of gameplay. We've gone over an extra game of Rocket League, and these teams still can't score. Here comes Dom, and he does it! 6 minutes, 44 seconds. Obscurity will take it. Although Taisho's defense held strong, Obscurity held stronger.
Really well done by the side of Obscurity, and mostly the man, Dom, really putting in an effort in the extra time. But it could have happened both ways. Taisho had a really strong offense as well throughout the entire game. But the problem with Taisho was that they did not score. At the beginning of the match, they had 12 shots while the opponent had 4. And it was a 2-all match. That can't happen. You need to be more accurate than that.
This game, look at how many shots they have. That is 21 shots. I don't think I've ever said that many shots before, and I just want to say it again. That was 21 shots from Taisho. Obscurity had 15. That is a 6-shot difference, and yet Taisho only scored twice. They could not make it happen. And especially at the end of that game, those final 2 minutes, Taisho had full control of the offense, and they could not score. They're going to be thinking about that one, because this was a game that Taisho should have taken.
They really should have. And now they put themselves in an awkward position, because they have to win both matches to get it to at least a draw. Where, of course, this was only game 2. We still have 2 to go. The time indicates something different, but it's a reality. We still have 2 games to go. And if Taisho would have won this, would have looked at a way closer series. But now, they don't. If they lose hope, it's going to be really difficult for them to at least take 1 match.
And they're going to be in a very sticky situation here in Taisho, because again, that game really does hurt for them, and we'll see just how things change as we go right into game number 3. Obscurity definitely feeling good after that win, even though it took them a very long time to get it. Taisho will have to be able to make a response, but that is going to be a lot tougher than a lot tougher done than said, as Obscurity again are looking to just continue to take control.
Darf with a backwards aerial, that's never the right way to do it. He also misses the ball, sadly enough. It's going to be pure skills, taking it to the corner, or trying to fake out the opponent. Sadly enough, he doesn't succeed with that. 50 on the wall, he does though. It's going to be Darth taking it forward, but isn't really effective in his place this time, sadly enough. And Sporty, what do you think will be the way for the side of Taisho to win here? What do they need to change? Do they need to go for more demos? Do they need to go for more passes? Like what's the best tactic for them right now after losing that exhausting overtime?
I don't know why you're asking me, because you said it in game 1. They need to be more patient. This is a team that just is taking so many shots so early on that if they just take a little bit more time, think a little bit more strongly in offense, and instead of trying to go for just quality of shots, in quantity of shots, go for more so quality-based, they're going to beat this Obscurity team. This is a team that does so well on defense. Taisho, they can't just shoot on the net. They have to shoot on the net well, or else Obscurity are just going to... they're going to save them. This is a team that has a good enough defense, and you can't just put on any shots on them. And for Taisho, it's going to be about not just throwing the ball at the net like they did there. It's going to be about putting shots on net that are well made and well constructed.
Only Flaster putting it into the corner, trying to go forward. Sadly enough, he doesn't land very well. Another team pinch and another double commit. It's something you see a lot, and I would have hoped they would have changed it going into match 3. But sadly enough, they haven't yet, and if they need to change anything, it's going to be definitely the double commit. That is costing them a lot of time and a lot of possession. This is a really good pass to Darth, but he just doesn't find the angle.
Yeah, and Darth, I think he might want that one back, because that was a great opportunity for him. Instead, it will just go by that net's untouched as Deadly Dom. Right to the corner, Darth will full control, and right now for Obscurity, they're taking their time, trying to take it slow, waiting for the chance to come to them, and it just is going to fall to them right there. Rob Rookie will take it as Taisho floundering in front of their own goal line.
Not expecting this bounce. Flouster didn't know if Pure Skill was going to hit it. The communication once again was a little bit off, which makes it that Obscurity can score their first goal of this game. And this is a really important game for Taisho, so it's a difficult one for them.
A really tough one, because they have to kind of recover off of that loss, and well, they're going to have an interesting situation to talk about, because they still haven't fully recovered just yet. This game really has slowed down tremendously, and I think a lot of it just with Taisho not willing to put up that same pace. I mean, they're feeling that last game, it was a long game for them, and they don't have any time to wait. They got to go right into another one, and with tough games like that, losses that big, you know how much Obscurity's going to be feeling good and how bad Taisho's going to be feeling. As now, this one, Melted Crispy couldn't beat Flouster. As again, Flouster, huge on defense right now, but the offense from Taisho is still not there.
It could be huge on defense, but the thing they really need right now is to get a better offense, because the shots aren't going in. This is going to be another goal. If Crispy missed this, it would be a shame, but sadly enough, luckily enough, he doesn't. He puts it easily into the net, making sure they're 2-0 ahead.
Yeah, and Obscurity again are just doing the offense better. They're doing what Taisho wants to do. Taisho wants to get those good chances on net, but they just haven't played well enough to deserve them. Obscurity have, and Obscurity, there's a reason why this team's the top in the league, and they're proving it too right here. The quality of the play these guys bring is just at another level. And Taisho, I mean, they don't want to lose badly. Again, they're when it comes to kind of playoff races, they're that third seed, but there are other teams that are not too far behind them. again, there's, again, the team below them has 39 wins. There's a second with 39 teams. The team below them at 36, one with 35. There's a lot of teams that are trying to chase these guys down, and, well, they've got to be careful because these losses are going to seriously add up.
That's the reason why Taisho really need to at least get one win. This is a great start for it. Pure Skills gets all time and access to the ball to put it into the net, and he makes sure he does that as well. Well, once again, if you look at the rest of the play, really high play from Taisho. All three players were in the front 10% of the field, and that's something that gets them a lot. They get a lot focused on the counter-attack by Obscurity, so that's something for them, a point to maybe look at as well.
You can definitely look at it and really see it as a positive for them. They haven't scored in a while, and that goal could really be able to light kind of a fire under them to get them going again. They have a minute left to see if they can tie this thing up, but they've got to be careful because here comes Milty Crispy. Saved by Flauster. Dom, when he's missed that completely, he'll just lay in the corner. Crispy's still going for it. This one will be cleared away, and Taisho, they need all the time they can get on offense because it is going to be a tough thing to do to beat Obscurity. We've seen how hard it was the last game for them, and in this game, they have much less time to do it.
43 seconds, and the clock is ticking still on. This could be a really dangerous play by Pure Skill, but he just gets away with it. Well done by Flauster, but sadly enough, he doesn't carry it all the way. Darth here with the 50, trying to get it over the opponents. He does really well at it, but Rorugi is the third one, and he can't get past him. Pure Skills going for the boost, not picking it up because he had to turn around for the ball. Dom with not a really good touch. This could be a pass from Darth. Sadly enough, really doesn't get the angle. A quick shot from Pure Skills, but an easy save for Crispy.
And Crispy is just continuing to keep things going as Dom on the back wall, second touch, and that should waste off all the time on the clock here unless Taisho can keep it up, which they won't. This is going to be another win for Obscurity. 3 games so far. Obscurity, who again got swept last week, now looking to take out their frustrations here on Taisho.
It's gonna be difficult for Taisho now to bounce back. Losing 3 games in a row, and the last 2 were really close. You now need a captain in a team to give a little bit of a speech, so you can at least win this last one. Because of course, if you lose 4-0 or 3-1, it doesn't look like it's gonna be much of a difference. But in the end of the season, it's gonna be massive.
Again, especially in that playoff race, there's already a very good chance that they aren't going to be that number 3 seed for very long in this season. And with so many teams below them that are close to catching up. Again, there's the 4th seeded team's got 39 wins, the 5th seeded's got 36, the 6th seed's got 35. And at this rate, if they continue this, the 7th seed in Panthera could even catch up to them. If they get swept, Panthera has a chance to potentially maybe overpass these guys.
That makes it really scary. But of course, we're not all the way at the end of the season, right?
I believe it's the last week.
Oh, it's the last week. Oh, my bad. Well, then it is really important that they at least get the game here. That's that's my bad. No, then it is really, really important that they at least get this win if this is their last game.
And again, with the fact that playoffs are now something that is much that is kind of in contention here for Taisho. They very well could be in the playoffs, in the play-ins for the playoffs here. They don't want to be there, but it seems like that hand may have already been played. We'll see maybe if they can get one win to keep themselves in a at least some positive to at least give themselves a little bit more of a chance. Because at this point, Obscurity's won, but they want to win by a lot. They want to sweep these guys, and especially
really good
shot. Haven't been as bad as it is. They're in a good position, but that's a really good shot from Taisho. Only needing 9 seconds before Darth puts that beauty off the bar and in.
Pure Skill stealing the assist there. Really well shot. Really cheeky, well done of him. But Darth with a really nice position, putting it in the top left corner, bouncing in. No defender could do anything about that.
For Obscurity again, for them, they're not out of the playoff contention as well. Again, they're number 1 seed, but there's a team right below them who has 42. That's Sanctuary, who has 42 wins, and Taisho before this had 40. Now, again, they have a very good chance to keep that number 1 seed, and they want to win this game just to make sure they can secure it here against Sanctuary. But we'll see how they can do it. I mean, they've already secured number 1 seed. They just want to now go and just get it even more. And for Obscurity, they're in a very feel-good mood, but they're not going to slow down anytime soon. They want as many wins as they can, especially taking a sweep off this team would be a huge statement.
Yeah, it's the 3rd team. You will show off what you have to offer in the playoffs, and that you're not scared of anyone. But now, they still need to win this match. If you want to end with a good note, you want to end with a sweep. And right now, it's going to be Taisho winning the 4th game.
And Taisho looking to get another one, but Obscurity not in a scary situation. Melty Crispy's all on his own. He's got a flick, and Oh, great stop from Flauster again. He's been back so often, and yet he has been very consistent when it comes to him playing defense. He's been really good at just keeping this team out. He hasn't had too many issues on that back line. A lot of the goals that have been scored have not been scored on Flauster. It's been scored on Darth and Pure Skills, who have had more issues keeping Obscurity at bay.
It's gonna be Mad Crispy trying to put it forward. Pure Skill gets bumped there. Doesn't have a lot of boost. So probably it's gonna rotate back. Pinch attempt is being made by Dom. Sadly enough, he doesn't get it. Flauster's in between there for the first time. Shot is off. Crossbar down from Rugi. And it's 1-1 again.
I don't know how in the world Rugi got that, because I thought that was going to bounce off the bar and go up and high. Instead, it goes boink right in. A perfect shot from Rugi. And that was so good. Even I didn't think it was going to go in. Obscurity now have tied things up, and the offense is starting to come back alive here for the favorites.
Gonna be the side of Obscurity really motivated to get this one win. But they are motivated, but it's just really important for Taisho to make sure they're gonna be as high as possible in this playoff. Flauster trying to put it forward. Dom intercepts it. True puts it into the middle. Is there a connection from the side of Taisho? It isn't. So it's Rugi who puts in the second of the game.
Yeah, and again, this win would matter a lot for them. If they can get one win, they would secure at least 4th seed. But they're in a scary situation here for this Serene team. They didn't think that 5th seed team would be a threat to them, and yet if they lose us on a sweep, that 5th seed team now could potentially catch up to them, and that's where things get really scary for them, because it's gonna be tough as Boogie with a dribble looking at another Obscurity, but Flauster is there. Here comes Dom. That's not on, and Obscurity. It feels like these players are kind of trading hands on who's going to be the offensive, firehouse. In the start, it was Dom. In the middle, it was Melty Crispy, and now it's Raw Boogie looking to do things for Obscurity on offense.
Pure Skills putting it into the middle. Missed there. Darth could make his second of the game, but sadly enough, he doesn't get the power and precision on that ball. Puts it into the middle once again, but only passes it to Crispy. Double commit from the side of Taisho once again, but sadly, luckily enough, it doesn't end in anything bad. Darth looking to pass the ball to his teammate, I thought, but going on his own. Almost makes it to the back of the net, but now there's time for counterattack, and that's the thing Obscurity is really strong on.
Well, they're just strong on a lot of things when it comes to just getting in the offense and holding that possession against Taisho, but no, you're not wrong. Taisho do have issues with counterattacks against them, as that's almost one in there from Dom, and here comes Flauster. To Crispy, and maybe a counterattack here for Taisho, but it will be stopped quickly as here comes Crispy. Quick turn, Darth will save that one, but Dom going to get involved as well, and Obscurity continuing to keep the offense there. At this point, they're poised to take the series in a sweep, but they want one more goal just to make things even more out of reach for Taisho.
Crispy right there trying to put it forward. If they get the third one in, it's almost secured that they're gonna get the sweep, but till that doesn't happen, there's still a massive chance for the side of Taisho. It's Flauster with the 50, undeadly done. He wins it as well. Awkward touch from Crispy, making sure the ball isn't cleared. Ball gets it passed into the middle, but sadly no connection for the side of Taisho.
At this point for Obscurity, it feels like they're also just trying to waste time here from Taisho. They don't want overtime. They don't want a tie game. They just want to make sure this game ends as quickly as it can. But here comes Flauster trying to go for the defense. Deadly Dom will keep it out. And actually, it's a really good chance for him. His first skill's awkward, but he will keep it away. And a big save for Taisho. They still have a chance in this one.
That'll be Pure Skill. Trying to flick it forward for the 2 seconds left on our clock. And then this is the thing you do not need. Rugi puts in his third one of this match, making sure his hat-trick is secured. And also that the win is almost as good as secured. Of course, there's still 40 seconds left. But with the offense of Taisho in this match, I don't see it happening that quick.
Yeah, they have less shots than Obscurity have in goals. They only have 2 shots this game. And Taisho, credit to them, they have scored 1 of them. But, I mean, their offense has just, been absolute, it's just kind of stopped ever since that, depressing game 2 loss where they, had a 6.5 minute overtime and they couldn't get any shots to go in for them. And you can see, as soon as that overtime ended, their shots have just kind of fallen apart. They haven't been able to get that same level of shooting as Dom now with a big dunk, just looking to add one more for the road. Obscurity will take it, and Dom will have a huge dunk, and as if things weren't secured already, Dom will make sure to put an exclamation point on it.
Yeah, Dom really scores this series. Hasn't scored that much as he does in a normal game, but makes sure he picks one at the end of this game. It's been Tasha throwing themselves at the ball every game. making some really close games. For sure, the second and third game were really nice to watch, but sadly enough, at the end of the day, they don't secure a single game, and they're gonna be losing this series with a 4-0. It's just waiting for the ball to be dropped on the ground, where it's gonna be a 5-1 still. No, it's gonna end in a 4-0. Obscurity has shown their strength to the entire league.
And yeah, this is a series that did test them on a lot of things. For one, their offense definitely were tested because Taisho are not a pushover level team, and also just their patience as well was tested. That overtime in game 2 was the difference maker. I mean, I think it was pretty clear that overtime is what set Obscurity into this 4-0 sweep. Without that overtime win, who knows what would happen? Taisho would have had a very good chance to win the series themselves, but that isn't how history works. It is Obscurity who takes it, and again, it's a team that has just everything working for them so exceptionally well. After losing last week to Pantera, this is a huge, huge result for them, and this is also security in the #1 seed.
That's really well done. And as you said, the second game was of most importance here, because it's not just that you lose a game and you get 2-0 behind. You have played a game for 11 minutes, and then at the last moment you make a tiny mistake, which is the reason you lose an 11-minute match. It's exhausting playing that Rocket League on this level for that long, and the players will definitely have that as well. And if you lose the match, you don't get the energy back for it. Like, if you've won that match, you get a big amount of hype, but if you lose it, it goes exactly the other way, and that's something Taisho has really felt in this series. They're a team of great quality, I'm sure of that. But of course they do have some things they need to fix. The double commits were kind of insane, and they also played really chaotic, for my feeling. They need to give a little more space to each other, a little more respect, and then they're gonna play a lot better. But that also has to do with the double commits, but because that just creates a lot of chaos. But I want to hear from your side, what was the thing that made Obscurity win here? Because we always talk about the losing team, why they lose. Why did Obscurity win here with 4-0?
Yeah, and again, it's just a huge role. And again, they secure that #1 seed. It was already likely they were going to keep it, but now with those 4 wins, they only needed 3 to secure it, and they got all 4. And a great job here from this Shadow Esports side in Obscurity. And I mean, just again, it's the perfect end to a season that's been perfect for them. They are the top team, in their division, and I think for very good reason. We just saw it here today.
It's really well done by them. They are gonna do really well in the playoffs, which I'm really looking forward to. It's a team of great quality that we've just seen playing, so they can definitely win it. But at the end of the day, if Taisho fixes their problems, they can also win it. It could still go all ways. We have had league play, but it doesn't mean if you're first in league play that you're gonna be the best team as well.
Yeah, but I mean, they are in a very good position. They definitely deserve the advantages they get. But reminder, this is not it. There's still a lot of other league play matches to come, but our time today is over. We have more matches tomorrow. You'll be seeing a lot of returning faces, a lot of new teams fighting to see where they're going to end up at the end of the season. But for tonight, thank you all so much for joining RSCEU. It's me, SportyFC. It's Quizzy here with me, and Malv as producer again. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll see you all again very soon tomorrow.